Okay, we should be live right now. I'm gonna wait till some of you actually get in here so we can make sure we are. What's up, game fan? Welcome. Yes, I saw Lacrima and I am terrified. I am absolutely terrified to play that. But, oh boy. Ah. Thank you. If you like the thumbnail and if you like all the thumbnails, make sure you say thank you to Len for life. Len is the one who's always been making my thumbnails as of late, so huge shout out to him. Alright, we got Asuka Kazama, or is it Kazame? I'm not good with names, but welcome. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I'm not sure if Len's going to join us tonight. I know it's like 3 a.m. where he is, and it's 3 a.m. where I am, but hey, I can't sleep, so here we are. Alright, I'm going to give a couple more minutes, wait till a few more people join, and then I'm going to get started. I'm not sure how long the stream is going to be. It could be an hour, it could be 5. Probably somewhere in between that. But if you're looking for something specific, um, if you're looking for something specific, I'm probably going to chop this up later. So probably like the patron requests, I'll break those up. Let's see. Yeah, Game Fan, I'm going to be doing your request. You requested Max 360 Challenge. Okay, wow. Um, Interesting. I guess since you're here right now and we're waiting for other people to join, I'm just going to ask you directly. Your focus on this chart is about the crossovers? Are you sure about that? Uh, Last I checked, there's not a single crossover in Max 360 Challenge. So, would you like to clarify what you're looking for? Hi, Tyron. Welcome. Thanks for joining. I think you were just playing Resident Evil 6 a little bit ago, but thanks for taking a break to come join and hang out here. Okay, you meant the streams. Okay, I mean, well, it's going to be hard to explain. It really all comes down to technique and stamina, but anyways, alright, so let's just jump into today's stream. If you guys are watching the VOD, which I say that a lot, some of you ask me, what does that mean? Uh, the VOD is it video on demand? I think it is. Either way, it's whatever is uploaded at at the end. It's whatever's the final. The I am so tired, guys. It's the after the stream there will be a video. That's the VOD. Okay, done. Alright, so today I'm just streaming to talk to you guys to kind of get caught up with February, how February went. Where I am, it's already February 29th, and with all of that going on, definitely want to just recap how the month has gone, and then I want to jump in and break down some of the patron requests. These are the these songs I'm going to be doing a live breakdown of, and it's going to be interesting. This is the first time I'm going to do a live breakdown. So if you guys are making comments or suggestions or asking for more clarification during my breakdown, I think that's perfect. It's going to be a great way that it can be a little bit more interactive. And if this works out pretty well, I'm probably going to be doing a lot more live breakdowns. So this is kind of like a trial. we'll see how it goes. I only have 6, I believe, or is that only 5? I can't count. Told you I'm tired. All right, we have 6 patrons who requested a breakdown. I will be doing those. And the patrons, I'm also going to be doing a patron request stream, 2 of them, pretty soon. I was going to do it this week, but then the Sound Voltex Flurry infection event came around. And if you guys saw my tweet, I'm pretty much not going to be going to the arcade for like 2 weeks because with the new song that's being crossed over, Endymion to Sound Voltex, all the Sound Voltex players, they need to play DDR like 8 sets to unlock it, and there are dozens of Sound Voltex players just at my arcade, and there's just one DDR machine, so yeah, it's not going to be pretty nice to try to share sets on that, so I'm just going to let them enjoy it, and then I'll come back after like 2 weeks. Alright, hey, Overgate. Hello, Viva la France, right? You're still in France, I believe. Welcome. Tyron is asking how many MFCs I have and how are you? Well, I'm fine. Doing just great. Well, you know, whatever you guys want to know my MFC, so like here's my Twitter if you guys don't already know or add me or whatever. So I do have a document in my bio. Right here, it says that a list of all my MFCs and links to each one of them can be found here. And if you click on that, it'll take you to this document. Now, maybe you've clicked on it or stumbled on this document before, and you can see in order it's ranking them by if it's overall. This is single and double, expert, and challenge only. I'll show you the other stuff later. But, you know, the S would stand for, you know, single or double. So, like, my first double came, I think I was already over 100 MFCs. Yeah. Bad Girls. That was a fun one. So I got that. And then, yeah, it's just been going on. So currently, after February, my total is at 766 MFCs on single, double, expert, challenge. But if you want to know my total MFCs, you're going to have to be going to one of these tabs down here. We have the MFC table, which will, it's a good way to just look up specifically what the song is, and it'll just tell you plainly, did I MFC it or not? So you can just check that. But then we also have the completed folder. This is great. And by the way, shout outs to Pie Guy. He's the one who helped me create all of my spreadsheets, so I love him so much. And we have the song list, but okay, just gonna go where I wanted to go to. The best page you can really click on is my progress tracker, and this is the summary. If you want to know just the blanket total number, look all the way at the bottom corner. That is my total MFC count, 3,168. That is everything. That is beginner, basic, difficult, expert, challenge on single. It's basic, difficult, expert, and challenge on double. It includes remove songs that were not in Ace or were removed in Ace. It includes everything. So if you want to know my total MFC, it's that. And yeah, it's a great thing, and it tells you percentages and everything. Again, shout outs to Pie Guy for helping me create something like this. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Alright. Oh hey, Pie Guy is here. Nice. Alright, we're taking a look. So, GameFan's gonna leave. Okay, I hope you can come back later. Let's see. A lot of MFCs. Okay, you got it. Uh-huh. Yes, Tyron, you're very friendly. And yes, Overgate. Oh, thank you. I did study a little bit of French in high school, but like, don't try to test me because I forgot all of it. Okay, and Len did come here, even though he didn't get a notification. Shoutouts to YouTube. And there you go. So, with all that out of the way, let's just go right into it. So, I'm going to start today's stream by just going over how great of a month February ended up being. So, again, where I am, it is February 29th, and we're just going to kind of break down. And I'll just start right away by saying what my biggest accomplishment this month was. And you might say, well, what was it? Was it your 15's MFC? Was it MFCing the new 16 after like 3 years, or what was it? And honestly, none of those were my best accomplishment of February. I will tell you what my best accomplishment was, and that was this. What it is this is the first time in my entire YouTube career. Yeah, hey, can you go away? I already said that. There we go. Okay, first time in my entire YouTube career, I've uploaded a video for every day. So we have February 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Take a look yourself. I'm not going to count it. You guys know how to count. All the way up. Every day I've uploaded at least one video, some days two videos, for each day of the entire month. I've never been able to do that before. I've never had enough content. I've never been forward thinking enough to cut and edit videos, but I managed to do it. That's the most incredible thing about February. It's the first month I've ever uploaded every single day. And I tried making sure that I uploaded at the same time every day, and it's been working. I've been getting great likes, great feedback, great comments, and I just want to say thank you guys for clicking on my daily videos. Thank you for liking them. Thank you for putting down comments. I might not respond to your comments, but I promise you I read every single comment. Yes, even those comments. You know who I'm talking about. So I read every single comment, and I appreciate the feedback. Just sometimes, usually when I'm reading comments, I just wake up in the morning and I'm just like scrolling through my phone, and I might not be in the immediate mood to engage. So if I don't like your comment or something like that, don't take it as a slight. I'm reading it and I appreciate it. All right, so there we go. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. So that's my biggest accomplishment of February 2020. Now let's get into like the Twitter feed, because that's like where the other accomplishment. So I mean, at the end of the month, I ended up with a pretty good high note. At the end of January, I made great progress on the tens. I got another 15, and then here we jump into February. So February, it started off with a bang, and that was getting Pluto the First basic MFC'd. Second person in the world to do that, Kaze, shoutouts to him. He got it first, and it was ridiculous. And after I got that, I was so motivated, and I went on. I started my doubles journey in February as well, so I started going for a bunch of doubles MFCs. And then February 3rd happened, and that was like the big day. And I think it's like the pinned tweet. I'd have to go all the way to the top. Yeah, so on February 3rd, and I posted it after midnight, but I finished by getting all of 1st through 5th mix, beginner through challenge, MFC'd. You can just see the photo folders. I'll just say it. Really? You can't? Why would they do that? I'm just clicking on the photo. Okay, so yeah, we got the entire 10 folder MFC'd, and then we got the first mix folder through 5th mix on beginner through expert, or including challenge actually, MFC'd, and we even got the last songs in the 120, so under 100 through 120 BPM songs are all MFC'd from beginner through expert. Not challenge. I'm not doing the reason. Stop asking. Thank you. So that was a pretty big accomplishment. Now we gotta scroll all the way back down here. Yeah, so more doubles progress, and I finished those accomplishments. And then out of nowhere, in the middle of the month, I got my second level 16 MFC. It was pretty ridiculous. I didn't expect it. It was only my 10th time ever playing this chart. Half of them I quit out of, so go figure. But it came. It wasn't too difficult. That was loud, but it was it was a great accomplishment. So that was pretty insane, and I did it live too. We had a lot of viewers at the time, and we had great reactions. All right, and then moving on, I did get this MFC, and I was really disappointed at first because this was the first MFC I had without video proof. So I was kind of sad, but the good news is later in the month I did redo it, so that was great. More double stuff. I started going pretty hard in on doubles. and then you know, the new content got released, and I was the first person to MFC Honey Bunny Expert. That was good. In between, I MFC'd it. I think two other people have it, or maybe three. I want to say it's Funga, Chris, and Nate. And then, yeah, I posted the 16. Um, we made some good progress on 16s. I'm finally getting back into 16s and some 17s with my knee improving. You know, that's all good news. Almost got a third 16 MFC with on the bounce, and yeah, that's about it. So that's been my month. It's been a pretty great month, and a lot of good highlights. So that was actually pretty short. I wasn't really gonna go too in depth, but there you go. All right, and we're gonna check the comments. The immediate one I see is, why don't I use the dark mode in Twitter? I actually do, but I use it in my other browser. I didn't use dark mode in this browser. I closed the other browser so that I would have more system memory, because I have like 50 tabs open in the other one. So I just I'm using Edge browser, which is not my main browser. I just am trying to use less system RAM. And for this one, I am not using night mode. Okay, there's your answer. Alright, let's take a look. Anything else? Nope. Okay, so moving on. We're going to start doing the breakdowns. So to recap, we have 6 patrons that have requested a breakdown. You know, since I wasn't able to play regularly after my knee injury, I wasn't able to fulfill some request sets. And as a token of my appreciation for them remaining patrons, I offered to do a specific breakdown for the following songs. So we're going to be breaking down these 6 songs. And I'll just do them in order. So we're going to start with Somehow You Found Me. And since this is a live breakdown, if you guys have some other points or if you want more clarification at any time, just let me know. I guess I'll pull the chat up on my phone so I don't have to. I can go full screen and I can still monitor the chat. I think that's the best option. And yeah, based on how well this goes, I may or may not be doing more live breakdowns. And if this goes really smooth, I'm actually going to go back in time. Yeah, I'm a time traveler. I'm probably going to dig through some of these. I stopped doing a lot of breakdowns starting around maybe insertion. Yeah, I think it was around here. Like basically all of these, there's not a single breakdown for. A lot of them don't need a breakdown, but I do know quite a few people would like a breakdown for a few of these. So if we're going to go on to do these, I'll take requests of my recent MFCs, which ones you guys would like to see broken down. And yes, we're going to be using YouTube to do the breakdowns, so hopefully that works well. I was testing it out earlier. It seems pretty snappy, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, this is definitely a first, and I hope it goes well. So let's get started, and I'll probably cut these out and upload them individually for the specific patron. So I guess I'll start with an intro. What's up everyone, Dr. D here, and in this video we're going to be doing a breakdown from a request from Fresca. He would like to see Somehow You Found Me challenge broken down. His focus and aspects he'd like me to look at would just be to how to keep up and follow the flow, and if there's any notable crossovers, foot swishes, and repositionings that should be done. Well, Fresca, I can tell you right away, there's absolutely a lot of tricks you can do with Somehow You Found Me. I know that because back in the day I had to learn it, and because of all of that, I got a lot better. I think I even found my oldest video. So this is from like 2013. So if you need a foot cam, we could use this. But yeah, back here I had to learn a lot of the techniques and foot switches and everything in order to be able to PFC this back in the day. And fun fact, back in the day it lied about the BPM. It was considered a 175 BPM song. You know, there's a huge lore and story behind this, and I'm not going to get into it all right now, but I will say that I was vindicated. I was vindicated when I found out that the true BPM was 180. Okay, so let's actually go to Yusin. Shout outs to Yusin for making all of these videos. And we're just going to start the song, and I'll be taking a look at each specific part, breaking it down. Alright, and we're going full screen. Let me see how that looks. And yes, I know that's loud as hell. Hold on. Alright, let's try it like that. And I'm testing it on my phone. Hold on. Come on. Wait, full screen doesn't work? That's weird. Well, that's good to know. So it looks like we're going theater mode, because that's the best I can do. Okay, maybe I can just enlarge it. Yeah, we'll just do this. This is the best I can do. Alright, I'll play it and I'll stop it when I think I need to make my first commentary. Tell me if it's too loud. Okay, we're going to stop it here. So, for 72 steps, there's actually a lot of tricks we need to implement to make sure that we can get this. So, right off the bat, you're going to notice that these patterns start off with flow. So, like, there's nothing wrong here. You can definitely flow it. And then here, you're going to want to start to double step. If you actually did the crossovers, you might find your positioning, and by the time you get to this arrow, a little bit off. So try to double step, and so this one's going to be the right foot to the right foot. And then we're going to basically keep the right foot here as well. So I remember that the way that I remember it is the first three, you want to make sure you start the triplet with your right foot. So there's three triplets. Here's the first one. These are always called triplets. You want to start it with your right foot. The next one, you want to start with your right foot. The third one, you want to start with your right foot. And the fourth one, you have to swing it down. This is an awkward one. Going from the right to the down to do a triplet is awkward. But once again, for the fourth one, you want to go with your right foot. Now we're switching to the opposite side, and now we're going to be doing our left foot. So the first triplet, left foot. This is a mirrored pattern. If you can't tell, before it was like up and it was ups and left and right. Now it's down and left and right. So this is a mirrored pattern. So, and since it's mirrored, we did the right foot last time, so this time we're doing left foot. So the first one was left foot, and then once again, this one's easier to transition in left foot. And then the last one, this is the hardest one, so I'm going to step it back here. So the trick here, because we're double stepping this. So this whole pattern, we're going to double step it. But when you hit this one, don't forget, just like when you're going between these two, you need to come back with your left foot to the up. A lot of times you're going to want to like hit that with your right, but then you're kind of in trouble here. So you must remember on step 66 to immediately go back to the up and finish it. Alright, and that's I'll show you how you should not do it. Because I remember when I first played it, even though I ended up getting it, we don't need sound right there. So that, but I actually crossed it over. That's a lot more dangerous because I didn't really know the good footing at that time. But how I would play it today would not be like this. It would be how I just told you. Okay, so let's continue on, and I'll stop it where we need to. Alright, double stepping, conserving energy, and this should be obvious, but start with your left foot on these. Well, left foot then right foot. Another thing I can say, something I usually would do. I'm going to go back a little bit first. So this jump, you're jumping here, and I would use this jump to switch. I would use my jump to switch over with my left foot up here, and then just drop my right foot down on the 8th note timing. So bum, 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 like that. Bum, bum, bum. It feels natural if you practice it many times. Okay, once again, left foot, and then, yeah, the doubles. It'll be double, triplet, you know. Well, it's like, I'm not sure how I'm not good with terminology, but you know what I'm looking at. Alright, nothing too tricky here. You can double step all of this. For these kind of jumps, they did it already before, but you really just want to keep your feet low to the ground. You don't want to exert too much energy, because these are almost like Sumidagawa jumps, but much easier. So it's actually a good practice. This is a good stepping stone for doing Sumidagawa. But you want to keep your feet low so that you can immediately go over to the next arrows. But yeah, okay, that one is a little bit tricky. Because here's the issue. For step 56, 156, if you were to hit this with your right foot dominant on the top, and then you hit your right foot here, naturally you would want to use your left foot for this upcoming arrow. But we can see the issue. If we used our left foot here, we're crossing over that, then we're doing a back crossover for that. So this is one of the ones. This is what I always mention. I'm always making mental notes. Let's see how old Dr. D did it. So 156, right? Was I a good boy or a bad boy? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So I did it the right way. So what I did, pay very close to, ooh, I had some foot switch technique back then. I didn't know that. I'm proud of you, old doc. Okay, so what I did here, so I hit the first one with my right foot, right? Yeah, so let me, I didn't foot switch. I thought I did. But what I did do is I use this to pivot my foot, and I hit that twice, and then just start the correct way. Now the other way you can do it is to double step. So coming back from this right arrow, which it is awkward. It's absolutely awkward because you're already right foot here, and then right foot here, then right foot. So you're using your right foot 3 times for a jump, 1, and then double step to back here. But I still think that's more efficient because you're going to keep your body weight and your mass in a general position, and it's going to be a lot more helpful. So you definitely want to try to do that. Alright, all this stuff is pretty normal. Alright, nothing too special. Alright, nothing. That's pretty straightforward. Double step and just start on the right foot. Yeah, all these are right foot, so this section is all right foot starting the triplet. Okay, now that's a little awkward. Let's look at that. This is basically what we just did at the 156. The only difference is that we actually have a lot more help here. Just make sure that you hit this up arrow with your left foot so you can start with your down foot on 317. Okay, and this is like the same pattern at 72, I want to say it was before. Just you know, I'm showing you over here on the player 1, and it is helpful to see it, but let's be real here. We're all playing it at 3x, or 325, 35, 375. You're going to be seeing it here. So although I'm able to show you more clearly over here, you have to be more alert because the spacing is not going to be your friend when you get over here. So keep this in mind. We're going to use this to break it down, but you have to know how to apply it when it goes faster. Alright, this was a repeat of earlier. And here comes the fun part. Alright, so the crossovers are pretty straightforward. I don't think we need to go over that. Or sorry, and I'm reading the comments. Okay. So dun 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 dun. Alright. So yeah, just make sure you're starting with your right foot here and the right foot there. Alright, that's really tiring. I always get very tired at this part. Alright, pretty straightforward though. Like, the footing it does make sense so far. But here's where the crossovers start. Okay, so the first one's going to be after this section. So left foot and with the right foot's on the down. And then after this is when you want to throw your weight to the right side. So you're going to hit that with your left, down, left, and then you're going to hit that with your right, but immediately double step with your right back over here. You don't want to start this crossed over. You're not going to have a good time. So combo 5-12, make sure you hit that with your right and come back over here, and you should be fine. Okay, and then this is just practice. I mean, this is, we're going to be breaking down Trip Machine Evolution later, and it has this as well. So even Ranker Girl has this, although albeit a lot faster. But yeah, so you're going to want to just, let's check out old doc. Okay, so, get it, doc. Get it, doc. Yeah. So I don't think I actually did it the right way there. See? I'm being a bad boy. Oh, really? I did that? Are you kidding me? Whoa! Wow! I actually started this whole thing crossed over. That's insane. Why would I do that? Ugh. It's kind of hard to watch my old videos. Ugh. Why would I do that? Oh my god, I made that so hard for no reason. Okay, don't be like old Doc. Wow, I should have watched that fully. Yeah, you don't want to beat the crossed over, so to prevent that, it's not even hard to prevent. So right foot, right? So right foot to that, and then just left foot. Dr. D, come on, left foot on this up arrow. What are you doing? This is the only one you really need to cross over. And then you have to stay crossed over. And then here you have a choice. You can stay crossed over, and then your back left foot is going to be hitting this one. Or you can hit this, or you can turn your body and then go the opposite way. I always prefer to keep my body the same way, so I'm afraid to check how I did it. Oh god, how did I do it? Oh boy. Yeah, so I stay crossover. Oh yeah, I did. Oh my god. Why would I do that? Okay, so this is what you should not do. At least he's showing us what we should not do. So you can see that. So let me try to explain to you what you should do versus what you should not. So right now we're using it like this, right? All right, but what ended up happening is I changed direction. See, so starting with that, I came all the way here. But what I should have done was just hit my right foot in the up and then stayed crossed over and then do the back cross so that I'm not shifting. You want to try to prevent shifting your body weight as much as possible. You'll definitely be a lot better. Okay, so let's finish it up. Alright, I'll double step, start with the right foot, and by the way, when I say start with the right foot, I don't always mean the right foot. It's kind of a, yeah, you should know what I mean though. Alright, and that's it. So that will cover it. Fresca, I hope you enjoyed your breakdown. Thanks for being an awesome patron and a great friend. Alright, thanks for watching, and peace. But of course you guys know I'm not going anywhere because it's a live stream. Okay, so somehow you found me is done. Alright, nice. Next up is Second Heaven Challenge. And this one's going to be pretty quick because Timbo is only focusing on the second half. So we'll go through the first half pretty fast and then we'll just talk about the second half. This broadcast is sponsored by Pepsi Cola. Excuse me. Alright, we got Sassy Comb something. Hey, hi, welcome. What's up? Okay, who else is here? Musopan. Yes. Okay. Whew. Alright, let's get started. What's up everyone, Dr. D here, and in this video we're doing a breakdown requested by Timbo. He's been a patron for quite a while, and he has requested that I break down the song Second Heaven Challenge. And I just drank some Coke, so if I'm burping, please excuse it. Alright, and he wants us to focus on the second half of the song specifically. Now, if I can just find it. Alright, here we go. So we're just gonna kind of watch this together, and we can save a lot of time. You ever hit the wrong button? I do it all the time. There we go. Alright, so really honestly, I think anyone can do this. The song is playing like a level 10 right now, so... like, I'm just gonna skip. Alright, here's where the song actually starts. The first 121 steps, it's not even the same song. Alright, so let's take a look at it. And I do have some videos I probably could find of my own. I probably should have, I'm just gonna use this one to find it. That's interesting. Why would they do that? That doesn't even make any sense. Sorry, amateur hour. I know what I can do. So I can have an expert. Nah, I don't have a good foot cam though. And wow, these are 10 years old. Oh my god, this makes me feel so old. Okay, I'm not gonna use it. Okay, so the start. Let's just go back to here because yeah. Alright, the first crossover pattern, you're gonna want to do it with your right foot on the ups. So right foot on the ups, and we're gonna back cross with our left foot on the yellows. Alright, so the other one was pretty easy. I think we can just gotta follow the beat, dun, 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 you know. And that one's a little bit harder. Alright, so first one, right foot on the ups. Follow the beats. And then this one, we have to do a back cross. So, you know, one way, a trick that you can kind of think of it, this is the same as doing an up, left, down. It's an up, left, down. If you were to just do up, left, down, left, up, would you find it to be too difficult? It's a candle, but is it really difficult? The answer is no. It's actually not that difficult. So I want you to really think about that next time you're doing these. Because the only difference is you're just facing your body right, and then you do it. I think for you it would be that way. But that's it. You're just facing your body a certain way, and then you do an up, left, down, left, up. So it's the same pattern, just faced a different way. And it would be the same if it was reversed. Alright, now this one, you have a choice. I think I've done it both ways. Sometimes I'll do my up, because this is a mirrored pattern. Not a true mirror, but kind of a mirrored pattern of what we had to do first. So you can put your left foot up here and then do the cross, or you could do your right foot, but that would require doing a double step here. And since that's a little more uncomfortable, I would just go for the left here. And then it's easier to finish with the downs with the right foot. Alright, that's a repeat. And then, yeah, here's the same pattern, mirrored. So this would just be an up, right, down, right, up. And then, however you finish though, because here's the only issue. If you do it how I told you to, so if we do this one, yeah, most likely we have to actually, because how the pattern is. So if we are with our left foot here, so that means we're finishing with our left foot, but then we have 3 downs. Do we really want to use our left foot for the down? No. So what I would do is do a foot switch. So as soon as I finish that left arrow crossed over with my left arrow, my right foot will hit this, my right foot will hit this down. And then I will foot switch to my left, and then my right foot is prepared to do the triplet here. Alright, I hope that makes sense. Alright, do the crossovers. You must start crossed over for this one. Yes, you have to start with your left foot here. You have to. Absolutely. And it's going to make you do it again. I know this chart very well. So here we go. The first one, we're starting not crossed. Not crossed, but this one, you must start crossed. You hit your right foot here, and then immediately swing your right foot down here, and then your left foot to the right foot. Alright, and if you want to know the pro strat, definitely start, and I always try to do this. I know I'll have a good score if I remember this. The first one, start with your right foot. Because if you start with your right foot, it finishes perfectly. And then start with your left foot down here. And if you do that, it finishes perfectly. I know it's such a small thing, it probably doesn't make any difference. If you double stepped it, it'd be completely fine. But for whatever reason, I always try to force myself to remember that very small detail. Alright, let's see if anyone's making some comments. Alright, Game Fan's back. Hello, hi. Okay. You can double step that. Just get to the normal position and double step that. That's fine. Yeah, same. Alright, now it gets fun. So, I said the real chart started at 121. I lied. The true ultimate final form boss EX plus alpha, whatever, omega, it starts at 302. So let's get into this. This really needs a video then, without crossovers. Alright, so we're going to start off with our left foot, but then we're going to double step down here. And then you have to just go with the pattern. So it's down, right, up, and then we're crossing over with our right foot to the left. Alright, and then you should be able to get through it, and then the next two are okay. Now, this is a little bit tricky. What the hell do we do here? And believe it or not, you have two options. So you could foot switch, for those who don't know, which would mean that you could gallop this with your left, right, and then jump up with your right foot and hit your left foot here and finish up the pattern, but then you'll have to double step this. Personally, I would not do that. Let me tell you how you should do that. So I would just do gallop, and then you have to start your right foot here. So dun 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 dun. Sorry, dun 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 dun. You have to do that. It'll be a lot better. And if you do that, when you finish, so right, left, your right foot can swing down to hit this a lot easier. And then this one, no matter how you did those 4 notes. So let's look at, I'm just gonna let it play. So depending on how you did that, just make sure your right foot is here. We've already done this pattern before. Alright, now the music gets quiet and it all gets super serious. So this is a similar pattern to how it started at 320 whatever. Or 300 or whatever. So start with your right foot on this down. So double step to your right foot to this down. Play out the pattern. And then this, you have to do the opposite. So left foot to the down, so double step. So if it's easy to remember, okay, so the first time, double step to the down with your right foot, and the second time, double step to the down with your left foot and play it out. And then this just has to be a triplet. This is like the same rhythm as Legend of Max, but it's slower, but it has crossovers, so you can debate which is harder. Alright. Alright, so you have to cross over. And yeah, this is a tough one. But unfortunately, there's not much you can do. Alright, now you must start with your left foot on the up when you finish the freeze and play it out. And then starting with your left foot again and play out the crossovers. Alright, these you almost can't screw up. There's one more trick later on, I'll show it to you, but these you just it's pretty straightforward. You can play it out. Alright, here's the trick. So starting with this, I always try to remember this in my head. So you're going to want to start this with your left foot. Okay, you could do it with your right foot, but let me tell you why you don't want to do it with your right foot. If you did that with your right foot, that means that your right foot is still on the up, and then you want to put your right foot on the up here too, right? And if you have your right foot up here and you put your left foot there, oh no, now you're fucked. You see? That's why. Yes, so starting there, it's like for the setup, I always have to force myself to memorize this. So even like watching it right now, I know what's coming and I know what I need to do. This pattern, start it with your left, because then I'm going to keep, if I'm left, I'm keeping it there. I'll double step so I get back to the left on the up arrow. Just no matter what, by 450, you must be your left foot on the up arrow. Just remember that. Because as long as your left foot is on the up arrow here, and here's the problem. I mentioned this in my other breakdown, but I can easily show it to you here. This is a slow speed. We are reading it here. Right now, it looks like there's nothing wrong. But lo and behold, you're going to be in big doo-doo trouble when it comes down to this, if you're with your right foot on the up arrow. So for 450 combo, make sure your left foot is planted on this up arrow. As long as you do that, you should be able to hit this pattern with ease, because your right foots are hitting the down, and you can go through it. And then, we're at the final one. And I will use my right foot to hit here, and then technically this is like the hardest crossover. But yeah, and that's another reason, because you don't want to do this with your left. You don't want to do this with your right foot. If you did this with your right, left, right, and then no, that's ugly. We don't want that. So right foot is here, and then we're gonna just start the crossover with our left foot. We're gonna immediately do a back cross and finish it out. And that's it. There you go, second heaven. So yeah, it's kind of a beast. There's absolutely some tricks that you have to kind of memorize if you want to master this song. But with practice, and if you take my notes and you pay attention to the footing suggestions, I promise you, you're going to get a better score. Alright, thanks for watching, and peace. Okay, that completes second heaven. Hooray! Okay, we are 2 done. So these 2 are finished. And oh boy, Quickman with Trip Machine Evolution Challenge. Are you sure you want me to break that down? Oh boy, anyone here is here for a treat. Alright, I'm definitely looking at the comments. If you guys have any comments during the stream, I'll definitely read them. If you need more clarifications, maybe just tell me what combo, or give me some more information, and I'll try to help it out. Alright, let me take a good sip. This breakdown's it's gonna take a lot out of me. Ooh boy. Today's gonna have to be a double, I think. This is the secret to getting MFCs. Hey guys, this is Dr. D. Today, we're going to be talking about MFCs. We're doing some kind of mukbang ASMR, like, I don't know what this is becoming, but oh, and nice, Devil's Lynn has joined us. Shadow Devil's Avenged. Your song will be coming up next, so I'm glad you're here. So you can definitely help me out. Like, yeah, if you're one of the people who made the request, we can definitely get into more specifics if you're here during the live stream. Okay, next up is Trip Machine Evolution Challenge. And let's see. That's not the one. There it is. Yeah, I got Chris's video. We're gonna be looking. I was reviewing his technique earlier. There's definitely a lot of techniques that he does that I would also do. There's also quite a few techniques he does that I wouldn't do. I'm not saying that it's he's doing bad techniques by any means. In fact, I think he probably has the greatest technique on earth. But at the same time, I think that for me suggesting for someone who's up and coming, I'll be giving you my take on how to better execute some of these patterns. Alright, and of course we have Yusin's video, and okay, let's center these videos. I'm going to do it before the stream starts this time. For whatever goddamn reason, the song starts at 380 BPM, so that's fun. Okay, they are set up, and we will get started. What's up everyone, Dr. D here, and in this video we're doing a breakdown on Trip Machine Evolution Challenge, requested by Quickman. He's been a patron for an extremely long time. I thank him very much for his patronage, and as a token of appreciation, I'm giving him a request breakdown. So we are going to be breaking down this TME challenge. Hooray! Now he said that it's one of his favorite tech charts, and has a lot of uncommon step patterns. It's absolutely true. That's undeniable. And it's an 18 that trips everyone up, and everyone needs some help. And I couldn't agree more. And I'll do my best. I still haven't AAA'd it, though I think mentally I could AAA it, but physically I can just never get it. Especially now after my leg, but that's neither here nor there. So we're going to just jump right into it, and we're going to jump right into it by literally jumping right into it. Oh, I didn't even plan that. Ah, man, that's a great pun, and I'm quitting my day job, becoming a full-time comedian. Okay, so yeah, the only way we can start this is we're probably going to have to do like a 5-minute dissertation on how to get the first jump. But I don't have that kind of time, so I'll just say for the first jump, you need a jump. My tip for the first jump, put it on 1x. There you go. Ta-da. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, so let's actually be real here. Let's look at how Chris does it. So, wow, in the first second he gets it. So, from here's the chart, and he got it. Okay. I guess I'll start by saying that the difference between expert and challenge, and yes, you must remember it, is expert starts with an up-down, challenge starts with a left-right, but both technique can be used for both of them. So how do I do it? How does Chris do it? Well, Chris is definitely doing some of the things I do, and this is the kind of song that starts right away, so you can see that he pushed the button some time ago, but he's already in the stance. He is ready to play, and he's doing something I do. So look where his foot is right now. He's using the metal above the left and right arrows. He's doing this so that his pressure right now is off of. You can see him lifting up the pressure. The pressure is off of the arrow right now, but we are within millimeters, well maybe an inch at most, off of the panel. And the secret is, my secret is, it's almost like this is at least better than the Tohoku jump. The Tohoku jump is completely, you gotta have to memorize when it is and how to jump on it. This one you do have some visual cue. So my secret is what he's doing. Put your feet on the metal plates here. Get your heels ready to slam down, and as soon as you see a visual cue, start throwing it down. And it should be good enough to get it. So that's what you want to do. If your reaction time is faster than mine, and when you see a visual cue and you jump, and you end up getting early perfect or great, Well, congratulations, you have better visual timing than I do. In that case, just adjust to what your visual timing is. So if you know that you have to wait till you saw the visual arrow to be there and then slam down, do that. If you think it has to be halfway then slam down, do that. Just learn. The only tip is put your feet on the metal and slam down at the same part every time that you play it, and you should get pretty consistent at it. So there we go. One step done. 667 to go. Alright, now we have to talk about the second arrow. Yeah, we're going to be going pretty slow for this one. What about the second arrow? It's not really easy to tap out a beat for this. And as once again, Chris, he copies me because I played the song before him, so clearly he copies me. I'm pretty sure he's just visually timing this as I would. So you're not really seeing him tapping. I wouldn't tap. You just slam down. Hopefully you get a perfect or a marvelous, and then just wait for the movement and go. And now we can start keeping the beat. So that's how we're going to start it. So visually time the first one. So, and then as soon as you got that, visually time the second one. And now we can start. And I think that's probably too loud, so let me turn that down. Okay, we should be good now. So, okay, we are 2 steps into a 668 step chart. Alright, anyone else? Okay. Was this the most recent Trip Machine remix? That's a good question. I believe so, actually, now that you mention it. No, wait, no. Depends if you count Zack's Nano Glide. That was also released during the X3 era. And since then, yeah, I guess so. Okay, so let's just, all this part's actually pretty simple, so we're gonna go pretty quickly through this. First trick here, and you'll see Chris for sure. You know, you can cheat the rounds. Yeah, you can cheat the rounds. And that's too loud. Okay, now here's like where the real chart starts. So for this section, you're going to want to make sure that you are right foot dominant for what's coming up. So not right foot dominant. But you can follow out the pattern. So we're going to follow out the pattern. So let's look at it. So follow that out, scream it out. Nothing here. Left foot, nothing special. Definitely want to double step these. Nothing special. Nothing. That's fine. Okay, now is where it gets a little bit tricky. Okay, so the way that I practice this, so here's my practice method. You do want to be looking at a slower speed to be able to see it. So the problem with the first one is if you do follow out the pattern, so left foot for the left, then right down, you're going to want to hit that one here. Now, you want to get in the habit because it's easier to switch on the 8th note double step than the gallop pivoting. So you want to make sure that you're trying to hit this with your left foot, so then you can actually go into this very smoothly. If you hit this with your right foot, it's not the end of the world, but you're going to have to swing around your left foot to get it on top of here. Let's see how Chris does it. Okay, so here's that pattern. Oh, Chris listened to me, you see? He made sure that he hits that with his left foot, so then he can immediately go to the left foot to the right foot. You see? Me and him think alike. Alright, you're definitely going to want to play that out normally. Play that out normally. This is just annoying, but not the end of the world. Just make sure that you're just you're keeping your center of mass low. You want to keep it low. You don't want to like really be throwing around your body at this point. You want to just keep it low. That's the other tip here. Just really minimize your movements. I remember when I first started playing the song, I had so much trouble, but when I just decided to start conserving more energy and just being a lot more deliberate with my stepping, I improved so much. And but after a short time, if you're a higher tier caliber of player, you should be able to PFC the entire intro. And I'm considering this whole thing the intro. So you should be able to PFC it, and if you're at least someone who can, PFC 15s and 16s, you should be able to full combo this, at least a great full combo every time. So just make sure the footing is right. Okay, that one's a little bit awkward, but because this one you have to gallop and then immediately use your left foot to gallop there, and then swing your right foot. This is a double step here. You have to swing your right foot back over here to finish this up. Alright, nothing special, nothing special. Okay, now, oh my god. I can't believe you're asking me to teach you this song. You think I'm good at it? Do you think I am? I know what to do. I'm not good at it. Alright, what combo is this? Like 195? Alright, let's see how Chris does it, because Chris is Chris. And, let's go ahead and slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to play it out here, normal speed, and then we'll look at Chris. So, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Left foot, right foot, and then we cross. Let's look at it again. So left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, and now we cross. So left, right, cross. So just if you can remember how to start the triplets, that will be the first step to making sure you're least positioned. Okay, we're here. This is like one of the most iconic parts of the song. It's the make or break to show how good of a player you are. If you can combo this, you got my respect. So, what do you want to do here? Let's look at how Chris does it, and then I'll tell you how I do it. So he's going like this way. So he's going left foot and crossing over, and he's staying crossed over here. Very important to note, he is staying crossed over. Normally, if you read a pattern like this, most people this. In a way, this is like breakdown, but to obscene levels. So it's kind of like that. You can apply that. All right, but once he got, let me play a little bit more. All right, so this whole section. So right here, the difference with the difference. Okay, I'm trying to think about the best way to explain this because there's three things going on. There's the actual chart, there's how Chris does it, then there's how I do it. I'm trying to think about what's the best way to break it down. Speaking of which, who's all in here? Oh yeah, Eric has a great advice. Just watch Kevbo. Kevbo had a great video of him how he does it. Let's analyze Chris first. Okay, so we saw how he did that section. Let's just recap it. So he's left foot, he's facing right this entire place, and then he uses this part, and you have many opportunities here. He's choosing to switch on the down, but no matter what, you want to switch your body to face left. So for this whole section, he's left, but then once he gets here, whichever one you want to use, so he used his right foot, and then he hit two of them, and then he immediately switches so that he's facing left. But, this is actually where I would disagree with Chris. Ooh, I would disagree with Chris, because I don't think it was necessary for him to do it. He probably just has some kind of a mental block there that he feels a lot more secure doing that. Because in fact, you could have just stayed crossed over. Although, albeit, it is a little bit weird to immediately go from that to double stepping there. I guess that's what he's trying to avoid. That's the only thing I can think about. He wants to make sure he finishes on a right so he doesn't have to double step from the down hold to the left arrow. It shouldn't make a difference, but like mentally it does get a little taxing, so I wouldn't say you shouldn't do it per se, but it's not necessary. That's a better way to say it. Alright, so once again he's facing right for the up crosses and the downs. And then last time he changes to left. And he'll finish it out that way. Okay. So, now let me tell you how I do it. So, should you do it Chris's way or should you do it Dr. D's way? Well, this is where this poses a very interesting question. So, there's really no denying that Chris is arguably the greatest player of all time. He's the GOAT. Everyone knows that. And you should think that emulating his steps is, how should I say, the ideal way of doing it. And that's a good argument. However, I would pose to you that you might not be there yet, and if you want to have some progress as like intermediate progress, you might want to try it a different way. Because I've always found that the most advanced tech that I've built up, it starts small, and then it goes intermediate, and then it goes to the advanced. If you try going immediately to the most advanced, you might find yourself struggling more. So let me tell you the alternate way and my suggestion of doing this whole part. So I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. We're going to go to 75%. And we're going to play it so all this is not crossed over, so we're not going to spend too much time here. So here is where the magic happens. What's up with YouTube? Come on. Come on. It's being annoying. Okay. So when we get to this section right here, we're going to actually cross over. We're going to start facing left. We're going to turn, I'm pretty sure left for you would be that way, but for me, let me help demonstrate this way. I'm going to be facing left. My whole body is shifted left right now. Fine, I'll just do it how you guys can see it so it's easier for you. So, we're facing left, right? Now the reason why we want to face left is because we're literally going to be in this position the entire time. And this makes things a little bit easier. Well, yes and no. Let me just play it out. So if we're starting left, the right foot, right foot, and then we... What are you doing, YouTube? It really does not like me using 0.75 and stopping and going, so we're just going to go full speed. Okay, so starting there, 218, we're starting with our right foot on the left. We're staying crossed over, still staying left, and even this part. So we're still staying left. We're never changing this position. We're locked into this position. We're minimizing our movements. We're just trying to tap the insides of the arrows, the panels, and you're trying to hit the jumps and immediately get back to a crossing over position. You have to be comfortable here, and that's why I argue doing this is a little bit better, because if you're constantly, he changes like 3 or 4 times, like left to right, left to right, left to right, you're not feeling secure. You don't have enough practice because you're instantaneously, you're just there for a second, then you're shifting your entire body weight, and then you're shifting and shifting. It can be a little overwhelming and hard to master. Where if you stay right the entire time, and then even here, you stayed right. Sorry, why do I keep saying right? You're staying left. And even when you finish the jump, so it's like ups, and downs, right? And then you can immediately start going back, not changing your position. And then, yeah, this would have to start with your left foot, and this would be your right foot. And then by the time you get here, you can just, you don't have to do anything because you have to hit the jump. So, but then once you finish that, hit that right foot, and then we're once again facing left. We're never changing left. We always want to be facing left in this section. And it's the same thing. And then this is the hard jump because you hit that with your left foot, and then you have to like swing your left foot to the down. It's a bit tricky, but if you get that, it'll be a lot easier. Alright, so that's how Chris did it. I showed you his way, and I told you how I would recommend getting into it. And I think that if you follow those tips, you might find you're gonna get a lot more better at the part. Because a lot of people, like, I know how I used to went into this. I didn't have a plan. I would just try to react to what I see, and if you just try reacting to what you see, you're gonna have a bad time. This is a section that you have to have a plan going in. If you just go in there willy-nilly hoping to get something, you're not going to do it. You're going to feel frustrated. You might even like move your legs in an uncomfortable way. You might injure yourself. There's a lot of problems. You don't want to go down this road, okay? Go in there with a plan. If you want to take maybe Chris's advice, go for it. If you want to take mine, great. If you want to do a hybrid of mine and his, perfect. Just have a plan. No matter what, if you approach this with a plan, you will do significantly better than if you're just trying to read what's coming. Because then you're going to be like hitting your left foot here and then just trying to like double step that. Come on, what is that? You're not going to double step that. Yeah, sure, maybe you can combo it, maybe you can get a good, maybe you can get a great, but can you get a marvelous and a perfect on those two? Probably not. If you want to really try to get that marvelous and perfect for all three of these, you gotta cross. There's no easy way around it. So it's a technique you have to practice and get good at, and the best way is to get comfortable. And I recommend getting comfortable by staying in the same position so your weight is remaining the same and you get comfortable, and then you're practicing the left-sided crosses in all directions. And yeah, that's my advice. If you follow that, I think that you will get a lot better at this section and you won't hate yourself so much the next day. I think I'm talking about different things. Okay, let's continue. We're like halfway done. Not even half. But a lot of this we can actually skip over. So I'm going to like kind of go for a long time because this is pretty easy for a little bit. Okay, that little bit is over. So at this section, I'll be very brief here. So gallop that, foot switch that, and I think that Chris does that, so that should be easy to... Come on, Chris, go a little faster, please. Yeah. Yeah, we saw it. He foot switched. Whoopsie. So yeah, gallop, foot switch the down. Pretty simple. It makes sense. And then yes, you must cross this over. So left foot to the right foot cross, double step, jump. I know it's a lot to take in, but you gotta do it. And if you're already struggling with just that, stop now, because the rest of the chart does not get any easier. Okay, once again we can do the same thing. Gallop, foot switch, and then the right foot to the left. And then once again, double step to the up, jump. And here you have an option. I would recommend, you know, the good news about this song is you can kind of exploit the facing left. And the reason why I prefer facing left is you always know that how many times I talk about the right foot dominant, the right foot dominant, right foot I've said that probably a billion times on my channel by now. And whatever I mean by that is like the power position. Your right foot is hovering over the upright, your left foot is on the left down. This is the right foot dominant position. Left foot dominant position would be left up, right down, respectively. I like facing right dominant. I feel a lot more powerful in this position. If you're a left foot dominant person, then apply what I teach you, but make it work in that position. So the reason why I'm mentioning this here is because we are right foot dominant here, as in like we are in the facing left position. And when you finish this jump, I don't want you to change that. So even though you hit that jump, I want, if it's a little more advanced, you could hit this with your left foot and then go to the right, left, right. But if that's a little bit too hard, just hit this with your right foot, but then immediately swing your right foot over here so that we're staying in the left, right dominant position so that our body is used to it. Because we just did that for this section right here. And then try to keep it there. Otherwise, you're going da-da-dun, da-da-dun. It's a lot more moving around. It exerts a lot more energy And I'm not saying that this way is easier, but I'm saying that for an intermediate step up from probably where you currently are, that's a lot easier to manage. And then you see, because like we can still be right foot dominant for this kind of stuff, right? This is all right foot dominant stuff. This is not right foot dominant. Well, it could be if you start left foot on the. If you start your left foot here, you could still remain right foot dominant. So this entire section, if you, and you know, like mentally and physically, it's always a battle when you're playing DDR. It's like half of the battle is keeping your mental focus and your physical focus. And usually if you can turn off your mental, you can go higher on your physical. If you turn off your physical, you can go high on your mental. Like this is like, if they're 50-50, it always equals 100. You can put 90% physical and turn off your mental, ITG, or you can put 90% mental and like 10% physical. So more times that you can turn off like mental, neediness, is that the best way to say it? The more physical you can attribute to the chart. So why did I say all that? Because if you can just remember that literally this entire section just face left, you don't have to think so much about, oh, but which foot goes where? No, you're just facing left. Just approach every step as if you're facing left. And if you can do that and you can remember that, you don't have to focus so much using your mental power in this section. And then we can focus a lot more using our physical power. So this entire section, we are staying, so starting after here, starting with this, we are facing left, facing left to cross that over. Even facing left to hit your left foot there and go there. And now we get to the really, really tricky stuff. Ah, boy. And definitely the up-down jump to the gallops are the hardest. I don't know how people can consistently do this. I'm going to show you how Chris does it. It is kind of how I do it, but he does it so much cleaner than I ever could. So let's look at it. So yeah, I mean, you can look at how Chris, so if you want to, I'll play through so you can see how Chris did everything. But keep in mind my advice. So like, I said face left for all of this. And you're going to probably see Chris like going left and right. So he's still in the right foot dominant position. But there, see? Now he's going to the left foot. This is a left foot dominant position. He's kind of more left foot right now. This is right foot. Left foot dominant. Left foot dominant. And yeah, see, he's going all over the place. And that's fine. If you're that kind of level and you can do that, great. But at the same time, if you're trying to get to that level, you need to take that intermediate step. So I recommend the intermediate step is basically this entire section. Try to stay right foot dominant, facing left for any crosses. Even if that means starting crossed over, it'll help you out by turning off your mental power so you can focus on the physical. Okay, is that those jumps? Yeah, okay. So the secret here is you're going to want to jump. You want to kind of hover your toe above the left arrow for the jump. So the first one, so take a look. When you jump down, he does the same thing that I do. And then you're going to, so your heel is going to, so this is your up, this is the up arrow. I know that it's mirrored, so I hope you guys can bear with it. Hit it down. But your heel is up. This foot's completely planted, or just toe. It doesn't matter. And your toes are over the left arrow. So jump, slap. That's what he's doing. That's what I do. Jump, slap. So slap. And then once again, now this time we're going to put our toe down on the up arrow and our heel over the right arrow. So that's our jump, and then slap. And then repeat. So jump on the up, toe over the left, jump, and then slap. And the good news is, if you can master this, it's actually one motion. Dun dun. Dun dun. Where you don't really have to do dun dun. No, it's more fluid. If you can just jump down and then naturally let your toe fall later, it'll just work. And you have to maybe play around with it a few times to find out how you can get it better, but you can do it. So surprisingly, this can be mastered. I have not mastered this. I know how to master it, but I have personally not mastered it. Chris has mastered it. Okay, so yeah, just looking at it again. So jump, toe, jump with your heel on the down and toe over, and then slap it down. Jump with your, did I say heel? I said toe, and then slap it. Jump with your right heel above it and slap it. Jump with your left toe above it and slap it. But here's the bad news. This fucking thing, this fucking thing, this fucking thing, this fucking thing. I know I'm swearing, but I can't help it. I cannot tell you how much I hate these three notes because we don't have a choice. I kept telling you we want to be left foot dominant. We want to be, facing left. We want to be right foot dominant. This breaks everything. This breaks everything. Chris knows it too, because even as good as Chris is, once he finishes that, he needs to wrap his whole body around to get that. It's annoying. It sucks. Everyone hates it. I hate it. But that's the only way you can do that. Okay, technically not. If you're just trying to combo it, I will give you one out. You could just... okay, I'll tell you what. If you want to just combo it, if you're not going for... If you don't want to completely, break your back or hurt yourself, and you're just, trying to get something for it, do the same technique that we're doing here. Because these two notes are the same as the next two in that triplet, where you're slapping it down, and then your heel is hitting here, and then you can hit it down. So you could slap this one, and then your heel hit that one, and then your left foot hits the down. This is not what you should be doing if you're trying to PFC it, but if you're just trying to get a full combo good or a great full combo and you're trying to save energy, I would recommend doing that. Right foot to the heel, right foot up to heel right foot right, and then hit the down. So that would be my suggestion for this. But if you're going for the high score, you have to swing. After you do this, you have to swing that left foot that just hit this to this. Okay? There's no other way. Okay. Whew. I need a drink. All right. Whew. Okay. All right, and then we got a very short break, but this part is all facing right, left foot dominant. All of this is facing right, left foot dominant. And then here. So let's see how Chris does it. So he does the same thing, but this one is a lot more difficult. Actually, whoa, he doesn't. Interesting. So he's just a beast. He can go for it. He plays it as it should be played, if that makes any sense. But we want to cheat it. So the problem is, cheating this up is a lot harder. So this is what he's doing, but I'll tell you what I recommend. When you are hitting this jump, we're going to hit our heel here, our right heel here. So his heel would be here, and your toe should be hovering over the up. And we're going to exploit what we just did before, but this time heel. So this foot's planted, heel, and then slap it to the up. And we can use that up to jump if you want for the next one. But he's a beast. He just goes for it naturally. And then for this one, congratulations, you have a choice. Which one do you prefer? If you're right foot dominant, then I would recommend... That is not the right button. If you're right foot dominant, I would recommend hitting this foot down and your left foot toe here and heel slap down on that down arrow. And then the next one is a repeat, so I don't need to explain it again. And then finally here. And this is either the easiest part or the hardest part. And the good news is I have good tips here. The reason why I'll play it and I'll tell you what to do. Isn't that fun? Okay, so why would it be easy? It's a very complicated pattern. It looks very difficult. They're all step jumps. This is basically like Sumitagawa on steroids. But there's a trick. And I'll tell you the trick and the good news and the bad news. The trick is, well, the good news is it makes it a lot easier. The bad news is you're going to be using a shit ton of energy. To do this section, I jump for everything. For example, you know that the next one is a left, just a single left, but you could make this a jump and then an up left jump, and then jump down here, and then we have nothing. Do a different jump. You can do the same one. If you don't know what to do, do the same one. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then just jump it out. So if you can do Fascination and Eternal Love Mix Challenge, this should be a walk in the park. Even Fascination and Eternal Love Mix Challenge, free tip, you can jump for all of those. You don't have to step jump. It's a lot more tiring, it takes a lot more energy, but it's easier. It sounds contradictory, but if you understand, you know what I mean. Like, mentally it's easier, but physically, you know, that's that mental versus physical battle. Mentally it's easier, but physically it's going to cost you. But if you're better than me, as in like you have a lot more stamina, this is definitely the way to go. And then there's some eighth notes here. I mean, there's no tips I can give you here. You just gotta fucking be a beast, okay? You gotta be a beast. I got no tips, okay? You gotta have energy. You gotta have stamina. Keep your feet close to the panels, and you gotta be a beast. But then once again, we're at jumps. For all the singles, you can still do a jump. It'll be a little more mentally easy. But for all that... Alright, now, there we go. This one we have to cross, and, well, we have to face right. Do we have to? Actually, you have a choice. If you finish this in a certain way, you could immediately go to the left arrow with your right foot, and then you don't have to face right. But normally, and I believe Chris probably faces right. Or I mean left, should I say. Yeah, he faces right. So he plays it how you should. This is the correct form to do it. And these gallops are a lot faster than you think. See, that was my hard part, getting used to that. I always thought that they were just 16ths. No, they're and I'm not sure how that sounds through the mic, but listen to it. It's a lot faster than you think. You can actually probably kind of jump. You can do like a delayed jump, but it's incredibly fast. Like really, really fast that you should almost just be jumping. If you're trying to do like this, no, you will be wrong. They are much closer than that. They are much closer than this. You can see it. Look. You see how far away those are? You see how far away those are? They're 30 seconds. You know, oh, you can practice if you go play Suguru, but that's only 165 BPM. It doesn't hold a candle to this. Alright, let's see if you guys are saying anything in the comments. Yeah, I believe that they are 30 seconds, yes. And it's a visual gimmick, but if you understand how the music is going, you should be able to do it. But they're 30 seconds, but for all intents and purposes, it's almost like a jump. It's not a jump. If you do a jump, you're not getting two marvelouses, I promise you that. But they're so fast, you should more associate it with a jump than you should associate it with a gallop. If you think of it like a gallop, you're probably going to be getting very slow perfects and greats. Okay, now we're going to wrap it up. We still got 160 some odd steps to go. And it does not get easier. Most of this stuff is just being a beast, though. And for the most part, there's not... there's definitely a few tricks. Okay, I'm just going to go through it. I'll stop it where I need to. There's at least 2 or 3 more big tips I can give you. Play this normal. Normal. Okay. This we can implement the one trick. Believe it or not, that's like the same thing. It looks very different because there's freeze arrows, but it's what we already practiced before. If I can find it. Yeah, here. See? That jump to that. Hey, take a look. That's the same thing. So here's the first trick. You're going to want to do that, and then this is a bracket jump. This is a bracket jump. This is a bracket jump. I don't know what you got to do to make yourself remember this, but this is a bracket jump. Use your right foot, only your right foot, to hit this jump. That is my tip. So this is a gallop. Yeah, did I just blow your mind? Yeah, this is a gallop. This is a gallop. Just make sure you're planted on the right arrow when you're finishing this step. So, bum bum. You're gonna use your 2 feet to bum bum and hit this gallop. And since we are already in this position, dun dun, we're gonna do the opposite now. This is a gallop with 1 foot. This is 1 foot. This is 1 foot. Gallop. This is 1 foot. Your left foot, and then hit it. You need to do this. Okay, technically you don't need to. I don't think Chris does it. Let's see how Chris does it. But come on, Chris is a beast. We already know that. So nope, he does it my way. Haha. Suck it. So yeah, you can see him. Oh yeah, that's a very good illustration. So jump, and then just like we did before, slam down for the 16th note. But does he do the others? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, good, Chris. Yeah, I actually didn't even remember watching this part from Chris. But yeah, he's doing it. So he's hitting this as 1 foot, and then it's a gallop. He even goes down there probably to help him position for the next one. Because, and you can see the force. Just look at the force. You got to make sure you trigger both of them. And on some stock pads, it's pretty hard. So you're going to have to go hard to make sure you trigger them. But yeah, this is a gallop. So yeah, that's a huge tip. When I learned that and I was able to implement it, my score for the song like immediately skyrocketed like 10,000 points. So this gallop, and guess what? It does it again. So let's play it out a little bit. All right, pretty straightforward. Start with the right foot. Now this one's a lot harder, but it's still the same principle. So we've done this before with the up down, and then hovering. Your heel is going to hit it. Your left heel is going to hit this, and your left foot toe is going to hover over this, and you're going to land and slap. Land and slap. And make sure you're right foot dominant. You're facing left here, because the next stream starts with your left foot. You must make sure that you do this, because I know that there's a bit of a tendency that maybe you finish this pattern. And keep in mind, you're going to be reading a faster speed, so you won't really get the heads up. But if you finish the pattern, you just want to make sure that you're starting with your left foot here. And we lost the sound. And okay. Alright. Here I would recommend going back to the right foot domination. Hey, 573, nice. You're going to want to start this one crossed over. And I would actually probably be cheating a lot of this. Like whenever I saw these kind of jumps, I'd probably just bracket jump them. And then right foot for that one. And then here's the last time that we need to do that gallop jump. So this one is absolutely another gallop jump, just like the first one. So gallop jump this, and make sure you are staying facing left, because you're going to want to immediately cross over. And see, I have a feeling that Chris probably crosses this and then switches sides. Let's see if I'm right. No, he doesn't. Alright, good, Chris. Yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you are staying crossed over to hit this one. So right, left, right, right, left, right. And then this, you gotta be a beast. The pattern, you can read it. I don't think there's anything I can do to break it down. You can read it, you can do it. It's just, it's fucking hard. This one you must finish crossed. So this one does end with a crossover, because this one you have to go into a cross. You cannot start this with your left foot. Do not try. If you start this with your left foot, okay, what are you gonna do over here, huh? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Huh? What are you gonna do? You're not gonna do anything. You're not gonna do shit. So make sure that you hit that jump and then your right foot starts here, because then we have to go crossed over so that we can actually get into this pattern. And that's just, you gotta be a beast. You gotta be a beast. And then we get at the final section. So the final section, I also try to stay with my right foot hitting this one. Yeah, it's counterintuitive, but if you don't do that, you're going to be going left, right, down, and then you're going to have to do this last one crossed over. Where if you try to force it, so after you hit this jump, your right foot's here, but you swing it over, so you're going to double step and swing it over, and then do the jump, jump, and then this personally, it's easier for me to hit that. Otherwise, you're going to be facing the other direction, and it's a lot harder. It's easier to start crossed over and finish normal than to start normal and finish cross. That's my personal take. Let's end it by showing you how Chris ends it. Oh, wow, he double stepped that? Really? Did he double step that? No. No, he didn't double step that. No. No, he didn't double step it. Okay. But he had to immediately go back. Yeah. Yeah, so you finish with your right because you have to go into a cross pattern here. See? It's fast. You gotta be a beast. You gotta be a beast. And yeah, so he does what you should technically do, which is go this way, and then when you finish going crossed over. But that personally is a lot harder. You know, just look at the movements that he's doing. That's pretty tough. Where if you can force it, just try to do that one with your right foot and cross over, and then start this one with your left foot, and you're done. Oh my god, I did it. Oh, I did it. I broke down Trip Machine Evolution Challenge. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh man. I need a breather. Damn. Alright, what do you guys think about that? That was like a 25-minute breakdown. Jesus Christ. But that should give you a lot of advice. Okay, so we gotta wrap up this video. Quick Man, thank you very much for that request suggestion. I hope that helps you. I hope you know how much you just killed me breaking that down. But seriously, you've been a huge supporter for all these years, so I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for submitting it. Thanks for being a continued patron. And thanks for watching, everyone, and peace. And we're not going anywhere, so don't leave. Alright, Trip Machine Evolution. I can't believe it, but it's done. Yeah, that's you could yeah, so Max Valentine made a good point. So like Chris, he went both ways, but you could do the opposite of my suggestion. You could just go right the entire time, but it really comes down to personal preference. I feel more comfortable if I'm in the right foot in the up position, where your suggestion you'd be in your left foot in the up position. Whatever's most, like a lot of my tips, they can be translated to your foot dominant position. So keep that in mind when you're doing that. Alright, so we're down to 3 more. Grand Chariot, Okome no shi taka ta 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 ta. I don't know how to say the song, but we got that one, and then we got Max 360 Challenge. Yay! Because when I'm thinking about someone to break down Max 360 Challenge, the first name that comes to my mind is Dr. D, right? Yeah? Yeah? You know, someone who's only played it 3 times, you know? 3 times I've played it. Yeah. I haven't even broken 900k yet. Yeah. But no, what am I saying? Of course I'm the best person to break down Max 360 Challenge. Duh. We're gonna get to all 3 of these after a short bathroom break. Keep the chat going, talk to each other. So if you guys have any other things to say or mention, I'll read it when I get back, but give me at least like 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, mic test 1 2 1 2. The beat is here and it's up to you. And what song am I singing? I know it's a DDR song, but I can't think of it. And wow, Max Valentine. He came in with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm glad that the TME breakdown was helpful for you. I think it's going to be helpful for a lot of people. A lot of people are even scared to even attempt it. I've always mentally, not always, I definitely mentally understand what to do, but it's really the battle of physically doing it. Like, it's different from mentally understanding it and physically executing it. So once again, that's the battle between mental and physical. And if you can work both of them out, you can get a lot better. Alright, what else happened while I was gone? Trip machine broken. Okay, yeah, crossover, what? Yeah, there's no crossovers. Lacrima, we're not talking about that. I'm gonna pretend that song doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. Yep, Factory Hunter has little, it has no crossovers. At the ending, it foot switches, but like, that's it. Challenge, do I have a strategy for Lacrima yet? Yeah, you're gonna have to like do some deadlifts and like rock climbing and probably some power squats and I don't know. I'm not a personal trainer, but I think you need to see a personal trainer if you want to do some Lacrima. Firestorm. I haven't even seen the chart. I only saw Lacrima. Out of the 3 new songs, I only saw Lacrima. I did unlock all of them though, and by I unlock it, I gave my card to my friend, and he went to the arcade and failed out of 24 credits, and I paid him for it. So yeah, I unlocked them, but I haven't played DDR yet since then, and I'm not sure the next time I'm going to be able to play, but I'm definitely not going to be getting to the arcade a lot these days, as I mentioned in a Twitter tweet. Sounds redundant. Yeah, with the event going on, there's so few machines in the city that I live, and there are so many Sound Voltex players. I haven't even went to check it out, but I can only imagine that the DDR machine is occupied 24/7 right now with Sound Voltex players trying to unlock Endymion for their game. So yeah, not going to be doing that. All right, yeah, we got like almost 20 people in chat. Cool, nice. Mentor has those 3 like I mentioned. Oh, Mentor. Oh, Max Valentine. Do I? Oh, I know who. Yeah, of course, yeah, because that's Maxi. Okay, I know who that was. I was gonna say you're from Mentor too, but then I just realized. Yeah, I'm dumb sometimes. Also, the text on it is very small. Okay, what else do we got? Dun dun dun. Strategy. Yeah. I'm gonna be like super honest with you guys too. I am terrible at drills. Drills are like my weakness. Once you get above like 200 BPM, I'm out. I'm tapping. I don't know how people can do Voltissimo, and I don't know how people can do Lacrima. I don't know how to be. Dude, what the hell's about? Have you guys noticed this trend since DDR A20? How many songs are getting ridiculous drills now? Voltissimo, Tough Uff G. I don't know how I'm saying that. What's it called? Tough Uff G, something like that. And then obviously Lacrima, and I'm missing one. I'm definitely Toy Box Factory, although that's pretty slow, but still it's a drill. Um, yeah, there's definitely been a very heavy trend into drill songs recently. I don't know why, but I'm getting sick and tired of it. And let's move on. Alright, so the next one up is going to be Shadow Devil's Avenged. I think he's changed his name over time, but we're just going to go by what it says. So Shadow Devil's Avenged. And I believe he is in chat now, so that's great. He's requesting and we haven't started the video yet, but I have a few caveats before we start so I can explain something. He wants me to do Grand Chariot difficult, and he wants me to focus on MA, especially when it comes to the 16th notes appearing in the song. Now, I tried finding Grand Chariot difficult. I think I found one video. I probably already like removed it. Yeah. Why can't I do that? You know, for Firefox and Chrome, you can just middle click and go back. Thanks a lot, Edge browser. Yeah, so the only one that I can find is this one. And this video definitely leaves... Sorry. This video definitely leaves much to be desired. Now, since he wants me to focus on the 16th notes, I believe we can actually just use the expert chart for all intents and purposes because, in fact, it's quite similar. We can go between them so we can like specifically address the difficult, but at the same time we can... That's not it. That's... At the same time we can look at the expert, and I think a lot of people do want to see the expert anyways, so that's just a heads up about how we're going to go about the next request and breakdown. And it should be pretty fast. There's not a lot of tech going on in Grand Chariot, and especially he just wants the 16th note breakdown, so I think that we're going to be able to knock this one down in 5 minutes, and then we're going to be moving on to the Rice song. Okay, let's get started. What's up everyone, Dr. D here, and in this video we are doing a breakdown of Grand Chariot Difficult on singles. This was requested by Shadow Devils Avenged. And in this request, he's asking me to focus on the MA, especially when it comes to the 16th notes appearing in the song. Now, I searched the net far and wide, and the best difficult chart that I could find was this video uploaded by Tank Milk. Nice username. And this was uploaded some time ago on DDR Ace, but we can definitely use it to specifically address the difficult chart. But since he is focusing on the 16th notes, we're also going to be looking at just the expert chart, since the 16th note beats are basically the same. Alright, with that, let's just jump right into the song. And I know when it's going to actually start the 16th notes, so then we'll go over there. So until then, yeah, like for example, the expert would have 16ths there. I'm not even sure if the difficult does. Yeah, it doesn't even have 16ths there. So let's just go here. Fun fact, this is an incredibly hard song to Marvelous Attack. I don't have an MFC'd. Stepwise, it's not that difficult, and you would assume that I have it MFC'd. No, I don't. I don't. I think only 1 or 2 people have it. It's incredibly difficult. So these are basic 16. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. That gallop's annoying. It really throws off the beat. I think that's the first 16th in the difficult chart. Yeah. Bum 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 bum. Okay, but this is I'm pretty sure this is the part that they want me to focus on. Alright, so I want you to really listen to the assist stick. I'm going to play out this section. Alright, so that was that section. Now that I'm really taking a hard look at it, it is quite different in the difficult. Now I remember. So this section, we're going to play it out. It's a lot harder to hear the music, but let's play it out. I'm trying to think about what the best way to describe it. Dun, 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 dun. Bum. Okay, it starts here, that's why. Bum 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 bum. Okay, so how can we better time these? Now, some of these are a little bit trickier than others. I need to find the equivalent of this one. Alright, we're going to practice here because I know that this part is the same as difficult. Okay, so I can start off by giving you your... It's kind of funny, we're 300 steps in and I feel like I'm giving the first tip. Okay. Starting here, the secret to finishing up this, it feels unfinished. When you do the 1, 2, 3, when you do 1, right? And then we start later, it feels very strange. And that's because we're ending on 8th note timing here. So my first tip, and we're going to be using it a lot through the difficult and expert chart, is we're going to add an extra helper step at the end. So when you finish on the left blue, you're going to add an extra red left right here. So instead of doing dun 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 dun, we're going to do dun 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 dun. So bum 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 bum. Let me try to tap it out. Bum 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 bum. You can do it again there, but now these you can't do it. So I really wish that there was like a aha, I know exactly what you need to do this, but unfortunately this is definitely a kind of technique that it just takes practice to do it. The first tip I will say is, instead of looking at it like this, let's look at it like this. And what do I mean? We need to space it out more. The more space you can give between these, because since these are not, you know, technical patterns per se, sometimes there's double steps, but besides that, we want to definitely get inside the window more. And the best way to get inside the window is to spread it out. So spread it out and go by it. And then the next tip, this is going to kind of sound crazy, but it goes to the music. Alright, so you got to know the music. If I just gave you this kind of pattern and there was no music to it, yeah, it would be pretty hard. You wouldn't be able to keep a beat. But by knowing the music, if you know the music, go to the music. So you have to know the music, and you want to. I think it's probably the coloring that's mostly screwing up. Here's some advice. Next time you play it, try turning off Rainbow, or let's say Vivid, or even Note. Try using it on flat. Play the song on flat and just visually play it. Visually play it while listening to the music. If you find that you'll do better in this section, and I have a feeling you will, then you just discovered the problem. It's a mental problem. You're having a block. You're having a mental block here. So spread it out. Definitely take a look at using a different note skin. See if it makes a difference. And then when you unblock your mind, you can go back to using the note skin that you would like to. And then you'll figure out, you know, by trying something different, you can figure out where you're screwing up. If you find out that you use a different note skin and you're still screwing up, then you know that that's not the issue. So spread out as much as you can and try using a different note skin to see what the real problem is. Yeah, that one's a little bit trickier because, like, in general, this is just like an odd thing to have in music. Not a lot of music have this. Looking at it, it looks like a mind fuck. You know, like this is like, what is this? You know, like this looks like it's like a 16th note stream, but it's not. So it doesn't make sense. Another way that we can kind of think of it, and I hope someone really smart in the live chat can help me out. This all of these are evenly spaced. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all these 5 are evenly spaced apart. So, well, at least they are now. In the older mixes, it wasn't quite like that. This technically could be eighth notes. This could be a red, blue, red, blue, red. It could be eighth notes at a different BPM. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Now, I'm hoping someone really smart in the chat can tell me what exactly that real BPM would be. What's the real BPM of this song? That's not the song. I think you have to go to, so 191, half of 191, oh boy, you're putting me on the spot. It's like 95.5, right? So I think it's the same, and then what's half of 91.5? It's like 45 plus 91. Like the real the real speed of that is around like 130-ish. It's like so multiply that by, well, can you give it to me? So multiply it by 1.5. So I think you have to do half of the speed and then multiply it by 1.25, right? Oh boy. You're putting me out. It's easier for me to do 24th notes and 12th notes, but these are 16th notes, so it's... I'm looking for it. Hold on, let me get a calculator here. So... 95... Okay, I think it's 119 or 120 BPM. If it's 96, it should be... If the display BPM is wrong, if it's really 192, then the true BPM of that section should be 120. Yes. So these notes are blue notes at 120. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. But I'm just trying to make you mentally think of it in a different way. So think about Put Your Faith in Me. Bum 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 dun 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 dun. Right? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See? It's the same BPM. When you have that kind of stream, it's the same. So I guess that's a good segue to actually make this go to a different tangent. Whenever you're thinking about 12th notes, you have to think about what's a quarter of the BPM, or is it the half of the BPM? Okay, like for example, if you had 12th notes in a 200 BPM song, what is that? What is the real BPM of that? Well, the real BPM of that would be 150. A 12th note in a 200 BPM song would be the same as doing 150 BPM eighth notes. So eighth notes at 150 are the same as 12th notes at 200. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. I am definitely sleep deprived and I might be wrong. So that's one way you can break down songs. If you are wondering about like, oh, this feels really weird and there's 12 notes and I'm confused, do the math. Make it relatable to something that you know. So what I try to do is make this song relatable to a 120 BPM song. Maybe like Dance Floor. No one plays that. But something else that's 120 BPM, it's the same thing. So think about that. It should help you out. Alright, nothing special here. Yeah. And the hard thing is, and this is what I always call a transition. So when we were hitting, so this is hitting at 192, but then this is going straight into a 120. I established that these are like 128th notes, right? But then we're going immediately back to 192 for just 3 steps, and then finishing with the 16th note. This is transitioning. Transitioning is what I call whenever you're going from a different tempo or beat and going to a new one. So transitioning can be hard, but the best way that I transition is to really emphasize the step that I'm transitioning as. So this one, I would hit it harder and go bum 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 bum. And then this one I would hit it harder, bum bum bum. And then I'd hit this one hard too because this is transitioning back. So that's one way that I do for transitioning. And that part is just sucky. That just sucks. There's no way around it. That just sucks. 120, 120, 190. Well, ballparking it, but you get it. I would definitely add a helper step there for an eighth note. This is really a nasty 13. 518 steps? Like, Jesus Christ. This is one of the hardest 13s to MFC, PFC, you name it. Okay. If Devil's Lin Avenge, if you're still in the chat, do you think my breakdown was sufficient enough? Is this helpful? Do you have any more questions before we end it? Uh, since the difficulty's a little bit different there, I would definitely put this in the middle of a triplet, 1, 2, 3. I would not try to go for it. So whenever I finish like that kind of thing, well, let me back it up a little bit. So I would hit that, and I'd probably hit down again right here, and this will go down, 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 or sorry, down, down, left, down. And then that's normal, and then down, down, right, down. And then you can finish it up, and then down, down, up, down, left, left, down, left, 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 right, left. So I would be doing that. Alright, I hope that helps. So if you were having trouble with the eighth notes, definitely put those in the middle of a triplet. Do we even call them triplets if it's just blue and red? I think that we have to have like a council. We need to have a council of like the DDR elders. We have to gather around a round table, and we have to like write up the terminology of DDR that we can all universally use, and everyone knows what it would mean, because like we definitely need some help, because yeah. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for Shadow Devil's Avenged. Request of Grand Chariot difficult / expert. I hope that they were helpful. Thanks, Pie Guy. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. And we're not leaving, so don't go anywhere. Alright, so we are done with Grand Chariot. We are almost there. We're down to the last two songs. The last two songs we're going to break down is Okama no Oishi, the rice song from Pie Guy. That's expert, and he's going to want that. So let me do the intro, and we'll jump right into it. And everyone that just jumped in, wow, we got 24 watching on YouTube, and that's only YouTube because I am not cross-streaming to Twitch today. Sorry, Twitch. Subscribe on my YouTube, which, by the way, I haven't acknowledged it yet, but 6,000 subscribers. I crossed it a few days ago. By a few days ago, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. But yeah, February's been a great month. One video a day for the entire month. I'm pretty proud about that. Cheers. Whew. And yeah, if we're in between, you guys just want to hang out, chat. I got nothing to do. My sleep is so fucked, I'm not even going to try to go to sleep anymore. So, yeah, it's whatever at this point. Yeah, we're just going to do those last two songs, and after that, I don't know, might hang out some more. Maybe I'll find some other songs to break down. Maybe I'll take some requests. I don't know. Just stick around and we'll get there. I think that this one might take 10 to 15 minutes. And if I do a serious breakdown on 360, it'll take like 20-25 minutes, I'm guessing. But Game Fan, would you like to change your request? Do you really want to do Max 360 challenge? Can I give you the too long didn't read cliff notes, please? Just build foot speed and stamina, conserve energy, and go really fast. Can I just give you the cliff notes? I don't know what you want from me. I've played the songs 3 times. It's not that easy. Oh. Why do you want me to break down that? Like, you just gotta be a beast. It's like, it's 100% beast. The funniest thing about Max 360 Challenge is it's the most straightforward. It's the most straightforward 19. Period. It's not even a competition. It is so straightforward. Like anyone who plays DDR in somewhat regular basis and can, index pretty hard stuff. Like you can read it, you understand what you have to do. There's no like footing, there's no like secrets. There's not really any foot switches. Maybe like one or two at the end, but there's not really any tech to teach you. It's just going to be telling you you gotta be a beast. Like that's the whole thing about it. Okay. If anyone sees, I don't think GameFan is in the chat right now, but if you see him in the next like 10-15 minutes while I'm breaking down Pie Guy's chart, try to help me convince him to choose a different song because I don't think it's really worth it for me to break down Max 360 Challenge personally. Okay, let's just get started. What's up everyone, Dr. D here, and in this video we're doing a breakdown requested by PieGuy314159. I don't know Pi, but if you want to know how far Pi goes, you can ask Pi Guy and he'll tell you it goes to infinity, but he can probably say like 1,000 of them. Probably more. He's probably going to say it in the chat how many he can do. But that's not important. What's important is the song that he wants me to break down. He wants me to break down the Rice song, the Okamonoshi. I'm not going to try to say it. I will just refer to it as the Rice song. On Expert, and his suggestion is to teach him how to do PAing in general, particularly the second half. PAing. I've never heard that word. I know MAing very well, but what's PAing? Okay, I'm not sure if that was a humble brag or I'm just being a dick, but either way I apologize. Alright, PAing, perfect attacking. He's trying to PFC it. So I'm going to try to give you the best tips I can. Since you're only looking for the second half, we're going to kind of breeze through the first half, and then we'll start at it. If you know a specific combo where you really want me to start honing in on it, let me know. Otherwise, we're just going to start and go from there. So let's enlarge this. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, that's good. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, and it's funny too because I just was playing this song a few times last time I streamed too. So the only tip here is yes, make sure it's there. But this is kind of annoying. If you want to do some like real high tech right now, you could hit your left foot down here and then bracket jump these two. Just throwing it out there. Or you can just be a normal person, hit this with your right foot and then jump into that normally. And then be right foot on the top for hitting those. Alright, and then let's go. So, again, you probably already know this, so we're going to skip over most of it. Just make sure you're starting with the right foot for all these. I would double step all of that. I would double step that. Double step. That's a little bit awkward because how we're entering this one, we're hitting that, and then it's always weird to come up in this. I don't know why, but I hate doing this pattern. Okay, yeah, left foot. It's all good. Double step all this stuff. Yep, we're good here. Yep, same thing, just kind of a mirrored version. Okay, now we're gonna start like we're almost halfway, and I think this is where the song really starts picking up, and you're gonna want to make sure that you're paying attention. Okay. Alright, double step that. No point in crossing over and wasting energy here. Even double step this, and then just make sure you're finishing so you're hitting it with your left. Right, double step, mini string. Okay, and here you really want to just like hover over. If you saw my trip machine Trip Machine Evolution breakdown. It's kind of similar, but way easier. This is way easier. It shouldn't give you too much trouble. If you can do the other one, you can absolutely do this. Just keep in the right foot dominant position, facing left, and just do whatever it calls for, using your heels and your toes for hitting the respective arrows at this section. Although, make sure when you get here, you hit this with your left. So let's actually go over the two options here, because you almost always have two options. So if you want to save yourself trouble later, we're going to go facing right here. If you're facing right, so your up is being hit with your left foot, and then we play it out, and your up is still on the left, up is still on the left, you'll find out that you can smoothly get into this pattern. That's something worth to be considered. But if you're like me, I would rather just do the switch here. So you can either do the switch here and do this entire section. See, the reason why I wouldn't is because I feel like I can Marvelous attack better if my right foot is here. And in general, I don't have too much of a trouble switching from that into a left foot up here. If you have more trouble doing that, start with your left, and then you don't have to switch. Alright, good? Great. Let's keep going. Alright, so here's where it just goes really fast. So this entire next section, it really comes down to two things. It comes down to your stamina and your speed, and a third thing, control. So we have a lot of like drilly-like patterns. They're not incredibly long, but they're incredibly hard to time, and they're incredibly draining. You might be finding yourself doing good on the first few, but they're going to be taxing. So let's go through the first few and see what we can point out. Alright, definitely want to double step that. We don't... you'd have to literally turn around. This is a pattern where you have to turn... We're not doing that. We're double stepping. Alright, now this one, definitely start with your up foot. Keep in mind, we're looking over here, but likely you're reading it over here. So this is when you have to kind of make mental notes. You have to make mental notes, like... In my mind, I would say, oh, 360 left foot on the up. I always like make mental notes. Probably if I was a really good player, I would write these things down, like put them in a notebook or a note card, like everything. I would have like a note card. Oh my god, I should really do that. Wow. I could probably sell a book like that. Huh. Okay, anyways, I'll contact the publisher tomorrow. It's not important now. So what we're going to do is just make sure that we have the mental note to put our left foot here, and we should be good. Alright. Nothing too bad. Definitely want to make sure you're double stepping these. Up foot. The up on your left foot. On your left foot. Up on the left foot. Alright, keep double stepping throughout this part. Alright, now this is where we want to be right foot on the top and play that one out, and then to the right foot. And this is a weird pattern. This kind of reminds me of PSMO for whatever reason. You know, the PSMO. But the pattern is actually simpler, although the speed is faster. Okay, so throughout all of these, the biggest tip I can really give is that we're like heel toeing this. We're using our toes for the ups and our heels for the downs. So it's a way of conserving energy, and you'll notice that you can usually for drills you can definitely drill faster and easier if you're doing this. If you're going flat-footed for all of this, you're going to be wasting more energy, and you're not going to be able to do that. And for just keeping like the perfects and the marvelous up here, you really just gotta... This is all about control. It's about listening to the music and keeping the control and visually timing this. The more you can spread it out, the more visually you can time it. But it's a hard song. It's a fast BPM, so I can't blame you if you're having issues or marvelousing or perfect attacking it. Alright, this part I'd recommend either going for it with your right foot or foot switching. You can go right foot, left, and then with your right foot, so then we switch position, and then do all four on your right, and then left, right, and jump. Alright, and then whatever you finish with that, just make sure that this time we're going with our left foot. So remember when we had the up downs before? I said make sure you're starting with your right foot. We're going with our left foot now. So it's like basically it's a semi-mirror. Whenever I say mirror like this, it's not a true mirror. Like a true mirror would be like completely the opposite side, but it's like this. It's like a left-right mirror instead of like a true mirror. I hope that makes sense. But this is all left foot stuff. Yeah, all these are left foot stuff. Double step stuff. All right. This is a little break. You want to definitely conserve your energy here. Okay, and then this. Oh, you guys like Legend of Max? Well, do you like it 30 beats per minute faster? It's not exactly 30 beats faster. It's like a good 25 beats per minute faster. So yeah, enjoy your Legend of Max right here. But if you want to get good at this, maybe just practice Legend of Max. Yeah, these triplets, it's like... And then that is a hard one. Now here I would try conserving energy by probably like heel jumping these, using both of my heels to do it instead of like doing a full jump. Saves a little energy. And then like even that, I always have my up that. If you guys ever watch my videos in my foot cam a lot, I do that a lot whenever it's an up to that jump. I always do double step. And this is usually faster than you think. I know it's faster than I always think. And here's a transition. I just did a breakdown of Grand Chariot, and I was talking about transitioning. So we're going from 24th notes. Sorry, not 24th. Oh God, no. Oh, that'd be fucking fast. There goes my monetization. I said fuck. Fuck, I said it again. Fuck! That's like 4 times. You're going to want to make sure you're able to transition from the 12th notes into the 8th notes, which shouldn't be too difficult. It's a lot harder to transition like from 16th notes into 8th notes, so this shouldn't be too jarring. Okay, this, I believe, let's see if I'm right. You want to be left foot on the down. You don't want to be right foot on the down here. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered either way. Okay, no big deal there. Alright, conserve energy, step on the inside of the arrows. Double step all of that. You can do my toe jump trick there. And then left foot or facing right. Double step all of that. And then like a mini Lamish triplet, say. And then this is the same thing as before, but it doesn't feel the same. Do you know why it doesn't feel the same? Because you're tired. You get tired, and it feels a lot harder. But just stay with your right foot on the up arrow, and you should be able to just heel toe all these jumps and left and rights until the final. And then for the last final section, this visual, I just visually time it. I don't have too much problem with it. Just don't even think about the color. Just like visually, dun 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 dun. The last one's a little bit faster because like these are a lot more spread out. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, that blue one. Dun 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 dun. And that'll do it. All right, and if you follow those tips, that should help you get a lot better. So, Pie Guy, you're in the chat right now. So, is there anything else you would recommend, or sorry, do you have any other questions or anything I can break down more thoroughly before we end this request set? I hope this is helpful. Request set. I am so tired, guys. This breakdown. Someone's asked me if I can do Seta Parma Chima. I already did. Check out my MFC for that. I did a breakdown for that song. I love it. Alright, I hope that this is helpful for you, Pie Guy, and I hope it's also helpful for everyone who's watched. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Okay, whew, we are done. We are now moving on to the last song, and we have 1,000 steps to talk about. Game fan, change it. Let me ask you this, Pie Guy. Do you think you messed it up because you're just a little bit too gassed? Because I think that if you just did that stream, like let's pretend the song started with doing that. I have a strong feeling that you're not going to have any trouble with it. I have a strong suspicion that you're probably screwing up because you're doing that after the 500 other steps that you had to go through. This is my sneaky suspicion. You know, that's the problem that I really hate about a lot of things. Whenever I'm looking at 18s, there's so many 18s that if you just gave me like 100 individual steps, I can do it. I can like do it pretty well, but when you give me all 600 of them in a row, I can't. So like individually I can do it, but all together I can't. It's kind of heartbreaking. Alright, well, probably gotta ask yourself those questions and think about it. I wish that it was on a console mix. I'd say put it in event mode and just do that part, see if you can do it without any trouble. And if you can, then yeah, it's what I told you. That's not the problem. The problem is doing that after all of that. Nothing like room temperature Pepsi. Alright, GameFan's not here, so we're just gonna go into it. Otaku Musical DDR, Anime DDR, hey, thank you. They said thanks for everything I've done so far. My pleasure. I like to try to give back if I can, and I know some people find these extremely helpful, so if they're helping you, great. Alright, I have one more to do. Whew. Here we go. What should I do for this? Like, the only tip or breakdown I have is just like, in general, you gotta hit the gym. You gotta build some stamina. You gotta build some foot speed. I just don't know how to break it down. This is gonna be my most disappointing breakdown ever. Oh well. Here we go. I'm really happy that you're finding it, and I'm enjoying it so far. I'm absolutely enjoying this kind of stream. Maybe we can make this like a monthly, a weekly, bi-weekly. Maybe we can just do this sometimes. I'll just get on the stream, and right now I'm doing it for the patrons, but maybe next time I'll just take requests. Just say, oh, who's in the chat? You want me to do this song? Sure. Okay, let's pull it up, and then we can just go through it together. It's kind of fun. So, yeah, it's going well so far. Ooh. Yeah. But like even in terms of BSing, I mean, I'm even at the point where I'm just bracketing everything I can't do. If I can't physically do it, I just bracket it. I've only played it 3 times. I'm not the person to ask to break the song down. Maybe it'd be better if we found Mr. What's his name? I can't use Bemani, even though I'd love to, because he uses reverse, and I'm pretty sure 98% of the players don't use reverse. How about we use this video? Yeah, we can use this one. Maybe I can just use this video the entire time. I don't know how to break it down. I really don't know how to break it down. Alright, I'll try my best. Wish me luck. I need it. What's up everyone, Dr. D here, and in this video we are doing a breakdown request from GameFan621. 6219. Yeah, 6219. Got it. His song of request is Max 360 Challenge. His tips for what he wants me to focus on were crossover. Are you sure about that? I don't think it has any crossovers. Okay, to be fair, I clarified with him earlier. He just wants me to clarify the streams. So we're going to try to break this down, but fair warning before we get started. I've only personally played this song 3 times since it's been released. It was released coinciding with my ACL injury, so I can't really challenge too many hard songs. I have tried it a couple times in the recent few weeks, but I'm definitely nowhere at a peak performance where I can truly really play through it and start really figuring out strategies. So in a way, me going through this right now to break it down is going to kind of give me some strategy for next time I attempt it. So we're going to be learning it together. So that's kind of unique. So that's pretty good. All right. So let's get started. With Max, nearly 2 years ago. Are you talking about the 2 years ago? This, I think the song was released 2 years ago, but the challenge chart that was just recently added. That was just recently added 5 months ago. So we're going to be using 2 videos. We're going to be using, uh, well, we're going to be using that one, and of course we'll be using this one. So we're going to be referring to both of these. I'm going to kind of be using this one to go over the music and the sounds and the rhythms and all of that, and then we're going to be using this one to see 2 of the greatest players in existence and watch their form and their technique on how to do it. So lots of caveats or caveats. I never know which one to say. We're going to be using a lot. Well, before we even get started, I need to make a lot of caveats. And the first one would be that the biggest tip I can tell you even before you start it, you need to be physically fit. I was making a comparison in another request breakdown, and whenever you're playing, there's physical versus mental. And this song is heavily on the physical side. This is about 95-5. I would venture to say that most players who play DDR, if they just were to look at any individual pattern, they know what's going on. They can read it, they know which foot to start with. Most of my breakdowns, I'm always telling you, oh, start with this foot, start crossed over, foot switch, pivot, do this, do that. There's none of that. I'm not going to be giving you any of that kind of advice in this video. Maybe I will. But that's not the point. The point is that this video really comes down to your physical prowess and how well you can execute that. And for all of that is contingent on how well you are physically in shape. So number one, how physically in shape you are. If you're not able to pass things like Endymion and Paranoid Revolution, Egoism, I don't think you can challenge this. This is technically on the easier side of the 19s. I think that no one would disagree. This is one of the most straightforward 19s, if not the most straightforward 19. But with what it lacks in complex patterns, it more than makes up for with its 1000 note count. It is truly not for the faint of heart, and I don't know, just there's a lot to take in when you're even attempting this. We haven't even started yet. So again, you really going to be physically in shape. And if you're physically in shape, what this might be related, just you need a lot of stamina. This is a marathon. This isn't a 500-600 step chart. This is the only chart that hits 1000 combos. That's not a long version. Like, here's a good plug. Like Pie Guy's recent X-Mix 5 at PFC on Stealth. Ooh, yeah, check it out. That's like the only other thing that hits 1,000, and that's a long version, so it doesn't even count. We're talking 1,000 steps here. And something I always hated about this song is it waits like 10% of the song before it even gives you a first step. The expert and everything else, they already start steps. So it's so annoying. That is so evil. They could have like put more easier steps earlier on and then spread out the difficulty, but no, they just had to. They had to just like wait like 8 measures before doing it just so that it had to be more dense later on. Oh my god, I always hated that about the challenge. Ugh, okay. That was one of my pet peeves. Okay, so yeah, it's a very dense chart. You need stamina. You need physical fitness, and you need technique, and you need foot speed. You need all of these. If you don't have these, and they don't work in tandem together, you shouldn't even be attempting this song. You're gonna have a bad time. Maybe attempt it just so you can see how far you can get, but you gotta make sure that these are in check. So no matter what tips I'm about to give you, the overall tips are improving your physical fitness, your foot speed, and your technique. The more you can improve these, no matter what tips I give you during the song, if you improve these, you will do better. Period. You improve those, you will do better. Okay? I think that's a good preface. So with that preface, or do people say preface? Oh, it definitely is preface. Okay, let's just jump in. And we're going to see lots of greens. And these greens are 12th notes, but for all intents and purposes, they're 24th notes because the BPM is 360, but let's be honest, it's a 180 song. So 12th notes at 360 are 24th notes at 180. These are 180 12th notes. You might be able to get a little practice if you play Night of Nights Challenge. Get a little practice. But there's a lot of transitioning. You're going from 8th notes to 12th notes back into 8th notes. It's not a fun song. It is not a fun song. Let's see how much fun Brozani and Chris has. Alright, let's get started. And it starts off by showing you it means business. It starts off immediately with a 12th note. See? And if you want to hear how fast that is, well, just listen. Yeah, it's that fast. So, how can you even do that? So, again, physical fitness, technique. The technique can always be improved, and the only real advice I can give you is that you want to really step on the insides of these arrows. You got to be a beast, but you got to like step on the inside of the right, the inside of the up, because this is a staircase pattern. It's a reverse staircase, but yeah, you definitely need to just step in and do that, and then transition into 8th notes. And it's going to be doing this several times. And there's not much advice I can give you for this whole section. And there's a double, just because they want to say fuck you. And there's a long one. That's not the only long one before the slowdown. And all this, you should be able to read it. You should know what to do, but it's just really hard to do. Here, you can save a little energy by hitting this jump with your right bracket, the right foot with the up and right. So then we stay in that position, but then we have to go immediately slightly facing right to get this section. And then this one's a little bit harder to cheat, but I find doing down left and down right easier to just jump between, so it's not a big deal. And then sorry with your right. Okay, then now we're gonna get like real hardcore before the slowdown. Alright, and then we get to the slow down. And I'm using slow down because like usually it's implied that a slow down is gonna like have like less arrows and like be slower, but no. It's like the same arrows, just reading it at half speed, which is not fun. Like almost like in all the other charts, when you get to this part, it like takes a little bit of a break. Not here, no break. Enjoy. All right, and my overall tip for the first 40% is you really just want to conserve energy. If you're just focusing on a pass here, conserve energy, take advantages of like doing some bracket jumps when you can, and stay on the inside. This is a marathon. If you're just trying to pass it, you're just trying to get a PB, you're just trying to do something, you should not be using your full potential of energy throughout this section. You shouldn't. If your like potential is 100%, you should be able to get through this stuff with 20%. You want to be able to make it to the slowdown. You want to be able to make it to the slowdown without feeling gassed, because this slowdown is not a slowdown. It's almost the same as up there for a little while at least. So it's quite dense here, but the way to remember it is that it's a triplet, and then this is not a triplet. The next one is actually one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. It's a 7 note and then a 7 note. Yeah, 7, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3, 7, 7. So remember 3, 7, 7. 5. 3, 7, 7, 5. So 3, 7, 7, 5. 3, 7, 7, 5. And then it's going to be 3, 7, 7, 5. 3, 7, 7, 5. 3, 7, 7, 5. Hey, it's almost like it's on purpose. 3, 7, 5. 5, 7, 3. Yeah, maybe. Did we just discover a secret here? Ooh. Ooh, interesting. Cool. So 3, 7, 7, 5 for the slowdown. And you kind of want to just you want to be able to get to the point where you just know what the sound is, so you don't have to focus so much on mentally trying to read it. So let's listen to the claps. And then by the time you get to there, now this pattern is a lot easier to read. So remember 3775, 3775, and then this pattern should be pretty easy to read. You can just like go for it. I would probably go right foot here just so that I'm not shifting my body weight. And then this is pretty easy. And then we're starting just how we started the song. So after 424 steps, we're like copying the first 4 intro steps. And then we're galloping. We're doing a lot more gallops now. Did it. So galloping into 24ths. 12th notes technically, but like I said already. That should be easier than what you just got through. If you got this far, this should be almost like a break because we're not doing heavy streams. And then literally your only break is coming up right now. Yeah. So this is where you really, if you got some sweat dropping off your brow, you know, if you got a towel, if you can grab back, if you can just wipe it, you know, you want to try to, you know, loosen up your shoulders, you know, readjust your arms, maybe give one of your arms a break and your other arm a break. You know, this is the only break you get. This is the only time you get a break, is during this section. So loosen up. That should all be very simple compared to what we've just been through. And even this, even though this is kind of annoying and hard, because they're candles, you know, candles are when you cross over the center panel, it's still a lot easier than what we've been going through. And then, hey, let's do a callback to Max 300. All of you should be able to do this with your eyes closed. Come on, this is like, this is standard, at least for the first part. Yeah, that's where it changes. So it's still galloping, but that actually is a change for making it easier. This is a little bit harder. And now is when shit gets fucking retarded. Yeah, I can't get through this without swearing because shit gets fucking retarded. Alright, so what's gonna happen next? I guess I can give you one tip on how to cite this. There's two ways to do it, so let's do it the first way. The first way is the counting way. So to count it, we are gonna count up to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. I actually counted a little bit too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. Yeah, you can count it out to 8. Or I will count it like this. This is what personally I will do. 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will count till 7, and then I will use the OK at the end of the freeze as my visual cue to drop my knees down and then step. So it's actually a little bit hard to explain. We're gonna go to Chris and Oshima. And yeah, look, Chris is taking his break here. What did I tell you? This is the only break you get in the whole song. He's got a PFC going, but this part should be easy enough that you can take a little break. See, he's resting his left arm and his right arm. He's taking a little bit of a break. And then this part you can get through without too much trouble compared to everything else. Even this part, you know, he knows it pretty well, so he's taking a break. And yeah, all of them are dropping off of the freeze so that they can like rest their arms. You can wipe your sweat. Whatever you gotta do, just take your break here. And then I think Chris is, yeah, so none of them are doing the full count. They're all doing what I suggest, is they're going to use the ending as a cue. And then, yeah, then they go at the same time. So look at it in full. So at the ending, drop, go. Yeah, so you have to use the ending as a cue. So I kind of make it like that. The ending of the freeze is a step. Bum bum. Yeah. Bum bum. It's 2 quarter notes. It's 2 quarter notes at 360. Technically an eighth note. But and now is just, this is just fucking retarded. Like, I have no tips here. I will just bracket this shit. I'm scared as hell of doing any of this, especially with my knee right now. But yeah, just there's no tips I can give you here. You gotta be a fucking beast. If you want to do this section, it's retarded. It's hard. You just have to have good stamina, good technique. There's no tips I can give you here. Just bracket it if you're trying to pass, but if you're trying to go for a high score, you just gotta be a beast and do it. Now, one thing I will say is that the first 4, I'm guessing it's 4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, by the time it gets to 7, it has 4 bursts in a row, which is really fun. So yeah, burst, little, burst, a little, burst, a little, long burst. And then, don't even ask me how to do that yellow. Don't even ask, okay? I know you want to say, Dr. D. No, I don't know. I don't know. It's as fast as you hear it. How do you go that fast? I don't know. Ask Chris. I'll tell you this much. No one has PFC this yet, and they almost all stop at when the yellows start to come. Plenty of people have been yellow until 900, but once they start seeing this, it all goes green and blue or losing a combo. Alright, now the last thing I actually can give you a tip for, this is how I do max 300. Go to your right foot, start with your right foot, and put your left foot. So swing your 2 feet around. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to switch to the other side and do 1, 2, 3 using our heels for both arrows. So 1, 2, 3, switch to the other side, 1, 2, 3, and then this is just a beast. And unfortunately, see, if this was real max 300, we can just do 1, 2, 3. Well, yeah, we can do 1, 2, 3, and then foot switch 1, 2, 3. But we got this extra arrow, so we can't do that. We have, 'cause this is incredibly fast. This is almost as fast as the 16th. So let's listen to it. Listen to it. Brum, brum, brum. It's like, come on. No one. Why? Why, Konami? Why? Why do you do this? Are you trying to make people get injured? Ah. Because unfortunately, you really can't foot switch here. You technically could up, but you're going to be moving around so much it's like almost not worth it. Although you have a better chance of foot switching on the last three. So go into the down with your right foot and then switch to the left, down with your right foot and jump and you're done. Okay, I'm done. I'm never doing a breakdown like this again. I will refuse. I'm not breaking down Endymion. I'm not doing Paranoia Revolution. Don't ask. Alright. Whew. We got through it. What does the chat have to say? Alright. Well then, game fan? I don't even know. Can you even pass this? Really? Let's be honest here. Do you just want to torture me? Is that what you wanted? I don't know. Anyways, I hope some of you found this advice helpful. Definitely not the pro to look at. If you want to see a pro, you got to look at these two guys. It's always a joy to watch. And this was a funny video too. Because he lost by 1 EX scored, yeah. Even though he got the machine score. It was pretty funny. Alright, we're going to end it there. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys have some use out of it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Oh, man. Okay, I think I need a break, guys. Oh, my God, I'm dead. I'm dead. You officially killed me. You killed me. 2/29/2020, Dr. D officially died. Thanks to Game Fan. Oh. That was like the hardest breakdown ever. Oh man. Did you guys hear that? Crack in my neck. Whew. How long has this stream been going on? Wow, nearly 3 hours. That's definitely getting up there. Alright then, you guys have anything you want to talk about? Say anything, because I might be done. I've been talking for 3 hours straight, and it's actually quite taxing. I had a lot of fun, but I'm not sure if I can keep doing more of these today. I'm thinking I'm gonna have a separate stream of just doing like request breakdowns from general audience, but as for now, I'm not doing another request. I'm dead. But I'll stay around a few more minutes, see the chat, see what you guys have to say. Might just play some video games when I'm done. Marvel or DC? That's a good question. Well, obviously DC... Well, no, hold on. Well, Marvel's definitely done a lot in terms of their movie franchise, but if I'm being honest, I think that DC has the best characters. I mean, Batman and Superman. It's amazing what Marvel did with the more lesser known characters, but let's be real here. Like, the two most iconic superheroes are Batman and Superman. They haven't had a good film debut in several years. Let's also be honest there. But I'd have to say that DC only because Batman and Superman are the most iconic superhero uh, superheroes ever created. I'm not hating on Marvel. I'm just saying that. Yeah, that's all. I hope that makes sense. Any other questions? Coronavirus. Coronavirus. Am I worried? Honestly, yes, I'm very worried, but not because I think I'm gonna get it, but I'm worried that I actually have a trip planned back to the United States 2 months later in April, and if things keep getting worse, I'm afraid that the USA is going to ban travel from Taiwan. So, like, I think if there's more cases here in Taiwan, the United States is going to ban travel from Taiwan, and that'll be really awful. Right now, it's banned from China, but Taiwan is not included in that. But if Taiwan gets worse, it might end up getting included, and that would not be fun. That would not be fun. Oh, will I play La Crema one day? Yeah, sure, I'll play it one day. I'm not sure if I'll play the expert soon, but I'll definitely try to MFC the beginner and basic. So far, I have every chart beginner basic minus Orca basic on DDR A20 MFC'd. I'm trying to keep up that trend. Any more questions from the general audience? Whew, it's been a crazy month. How many MFCs did I get? So we got from so we went from 750 to 66. That's 16 in a month. And those are some serious numbers. And that'd be one thing if there was like 16 songs added, but no. How many of those are actually uh new added songs? One, two, three. Only three of them. So three of them are new songs, and then one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, eight, nine. Okay, so if we're gonna like try to like knock me down a few pegs, like 12 of them are like either double or new song. But that means I got four unique ones on single, like Mayu, Electro Tuned, Chikaka, and in between. Next MFC. Good question. I'm eyeing up a lot of things right now, but I don't know which one it will be. I think there's another new song that I've been wanting to MFC for a while. I can't think right now. Next 16 might be either Life is Beautiful or On the Bounce Challenge. I definitely want to revisit the bounce course again and not choke on Drop the Bounce for like the 20th fucking time. That would be lovely. Hello, hi, yes, please. I think I can SDP both the expert and challenge version of that course, so I'll be doing that pretty soon. Anything else? The meaning of life? Meaning of life is to play DDR and to try to PFC and MFC everything. I mean, kind of thought everyone already knew that. Yep. In my downtime, which is not a lot, been playing a lot of Halo recently, trying to grind to Spartan rank 152, and that's like occupying all my free time. And the next game I'm going to be playing is Resident Evil 3 Remake. I'm looking forward to that. That's in April. I got my trip back to the United States in April, and I'll be stopping by Canada, so that'll be fun. Man, I'm tired. Oh. The hardest song, Endymion Challenge. Next question. So like I was showing you guys, I have one video each day of the month for the entire month. Pretty proud of that. And of course it's ending on I Love You. That you'll be getting this one in about 3 hours from now. They're all scheduled at the same time if you guys haven't figured it out yet. Hey, look, I'm all caught up. See, Pie Guy? I do some work sometimes. Alright. Whereabouts in Canada? I'm going to Toronto. Do I have any fans in Toronto? Yes, no, maybe, kind of. I guess not. Alright then, we're going to be ending today's stream. I want to just say thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you guys found it helpful. I hope it was fun, exciting, blah 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 blah. It's definitely unique. I think we'll try it again. It was pretty successful. And thank you again patrons who've been supporting me for this long. And oh crap. Is Maxie still here? Hold on a second. Yeah, I forgot that Maxie, she's a patron now, so yeah, I should definitely offer her to do one of the sets. So, give me a minute, just sent a message. I might be doing one more before I get off. Or I'll just save it for next time. I think that I can use this one to like just send out to the current patrons, show them what it's like, and then just remind them to get another one in. And who knows, maybe I'll do another one for anyone. Who knows? Alright guys, I'll just end it there then. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace, love, unity, respect. Bye.